Oh my goodness. That's the one you want right there. What is going on? Yo, 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 yo. Oh my God. Dropped a little bit. My wife uses this. Excuse me. My wife uses this setup for her Zoom calls with her girls. They have like margarita night on Thursdays, I think. And yeah, it's a little different for her. What is going on, yo? It's awesome to be here with you guys again. After a kind of a weird show last week, huh? I had to back out a little bit early. Having trouble breathing. Turns out that it was either allergies or anxiety or both. I would say both. My mom was sick last week. And yeah, my wife's things weren't looking great for my wife's child care center. I mean, about it reopening. Although that changed a little bit this week. And I don't know, man. It just kind of get me down. But I don't feel that way now. I'm Gucci. So everything good. Appreciate all the thoughts. Some of you guys that were checking up on me and were like legitimately concerned, like, JG, bro, we can't have you dying right now. I'm like, I'm good. Turns out I'm all good. So that's what we got going right now. Tonight, as far as liquor goes, I'm going to be drinking, as discussed on the Bunka. This Larceny barrel proof, which is 123.2 proof. So this is the real business right here. A lot of people would say, hey, JG, I don't really think that's a sipping bourbon. But you know what my answer to that is? Everything's a sipping bourbon. So we're going to turn this bad boy up and drink the heck out of it. That's what we're going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I invite you guys to do the same with whatever you guys have on tap, or whatever you got on hand, I should say. This one right here is to the real ones. I know AU Tex Man, Canoe Man, Corny, Call Me Biscuit, Raven, Leif. You guys are always here. Pocket Watch, Cleveland Brown, all the superstars that are here all the time. Appreciate you guys. And those of you who maybe are on your first show or you don't watch all the time, still love you guys, but, you know, to the realist. It doesn't really, the thing about that stuff is it doesn't hit that hard on the front end. And the back end just keeps going, you know. I keep getting older. They stay the same age. No, it's yeah, and you feel it, but it doesn't hit really hard. The way like a Granddad 114 does, or some of those high proof Knob Creeks hit a little bit harder than that. This is the first time I've been drinking Larceny. We drove by it when we went to Willett in whenever that was, November, I guess, or maybe it was December, and we went to the Willett Distillery, the Heaven Hill Distillery, which is where they make Larceny and a few other products. It's just maybe a mile and a half north of Willett, and also a mile and a half north of the Barton Distillery where they make 1792. So if you guys drink that, I strongly encourage you guys to check that out. They give great tours. The Willett tour, which is what I went on, was great. It's a smaller operation. Heaven Hill's a bigger operation. Barton is bigger than Willett, but not necessarily big. They're all right there on one exit off the Bluegrass Parkway, just a little bit east of Bardstown on the Bluegrass Parkway, headed toward Lexington. John Hanley certainly got the reference to they stay the same age. Yeah, I watched that maybe a week ago. My friend Jason Caldwell, who writes for Auburn Undercover or Inside the Auburn Tigers, I don't really understand how that works. But anyway, you guys know who Jason is. He's a big fan of Dazed and Confused, and so we can kind of rip off or riff quotes from that movie, and he knows it pretty well. And Jason's good at that stuff, so always gives me good memories of me and Jason joking around about Dazed and Confused. Jason's just super high-quality dude. Love that guy. Love to have him on the show, but I reckon since he's working for a competing website, he probably wouldn't be super stoked to do that. But I encourage you guys to, read his stuff, and Jason's as good as it gets. Let's see. Raven says 1792 is very solid. I agree. Actually, yesterday I got a hold of this Larceny, and I also got some foolproof 1792, which my wife and we both had a sip. Had a sip of this and a sip of the 1792 full, and we both liked. She liked the 1792 better. This actually is hitting me better tonight. I'm not sure why. But she likes the 1792 better. It has a little more flavor to it, I guess. It has more of a vanilla-y. 1792 to me has more of a vanilla-y taste, which she really likes. This one to me, I'm still kind of feeling this one out. I'm not sure what this tastes like. It's not bad though. It's just hot. Call me Biscuit with our first super chat of the night. Appreciate you, Biscuit. Coming through, no message, but my message to you is, Biscuit, you're a beast, and I'm glad to have you here, bro. Brandon is in the house as well. Brandon C. He says, yo, JG, what up, bro? Not much. Glad to have you here on the show. Alex K. says the Woodford Reserve tour is worth the time. I would like to tour Woodford Reserve. Two of my very best friends in the world actually are from Woodford. That's a county. That's where Versailles is, just a little bit west of Lexington. They are graduates of Woodford County High School. I believe they're the Hornets. And, yeah, Crystal and Jeff, two of my best friends ever. I would like to tour Woodford. I would assume it's near Versailles, but I have not been there. Champ 2 times says, what up, JG? How you feeling on the season right now? I guess you mean football. I can't really speak on that just yet. I need to know what's going on the offensive line, and I need more data on who I can trust, who me and BMAT and Jay Lee can trust on the defensive line before I start going too deep on that. There's this prevailing attitude among some folks, not you guys, but other people who work for the team, who believe that Tyrone Truesdell is just going to plug right in. And no one's saying he's going to be Derek Brown, because Derek Brown's one of the greatest linemen ever to play at Auburn. But that Tyrone Truesdell can go in there and give you, Montravius Adams level production, and I'm skeptical. It's not to say that I don't like Tyrone. I do. And he was better than I expected last year. I just, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he's an A-plus performer. I don't know if he's an A performer, I should say. So until I get some of those questions answered, I don't know how I feel about the run defense at this point. I love the linebackers. Even though they're young, or they're going to be young in the defensive backfield, I like them. I need to know who I can trust managing A and B gaps. Need to know that for sure. We got a super chat coming through from the First Ballot Hall of Famer and all-around badass, BP Rockman. Says, sup, folks. What up, BP? I am so stoked to see you hanging around again. You know this because I texted you when you were gone for a little while there and told you that we all missed you, including me myself. I love having you around. You're a beacon of positivity, and you are the bunker. I mean, you know what I mean? You're one of those guys. It's like when you're gone, it sucks. It's miserable. There's a lot of dudes that act a fool and they leave and nobody even notices, but you're like the opposite of that. You're a beast and everybody loves you, and just glad to have you around, man. So appreciate you very much for supporting the channel with that. Yo. Let's see. Whitey Panda says, audio is fine, but if you could turn it up a bit, that would be great. I can do that. It would be my pleasure to do that. Yes, I can do that. Make 100% sure. There we go. How's that? I popped it up just a little bit. I have to use slightly different settings for my wife's Zoom call, and then also GPITs. So sometimes the volume gets a little bit messy. Sorry about that. Okay, love the cats. Hornatius says, BP Rockman in the house. We are all now preggers. That's the kind of banner I'm here for. Yo. BP says, can't find the number. I have it posted on the bunker on the Brain Drain thread. I try to keep it just for subscribers, which you are certainly one. So check out that number. I don't have it up yet, but I will here in a minute. We are going to have, I know for certain we're going to have one new caller tonight because Jake Crane, I talked with Jake. Jake's a longtime friend of the site. We love Jake. He worked here for a time, just a little bit before I got here. I think he was here maybe 10, 11, something like that. Jake's going to be on the horn. He has a podcast now called The J-Boy Show, and I want to talk to him a little bit. He actually kind of keeps up with basketball recruiting, some in conjunction with Jay Lee, and I don't know, man. Jake's just good people, and I wanted to have him on the show because he's hilarious. I've had a lot of good times hanging out with him. Let's see. Champ says, I saw Bruce BP in Publix a few weeks back wearing a face mask. Cool. LOL. Hell yeah. Anything BP does is cool, right? Is that true? I got you handled, BP. I'm going to do it right now, bro. BP says he got canceled. I've never heard of such BS. Not that you got canceled. You shouldn't get canceled. So I'm going to fix that right now while we're on this show. Because you know what? I can do that. Doing it right now. Scintillating video, I'm sure. Oh, no. That's right. You've got a little extra on there. You got the V2O, don't you? I got to get it exactly right, or Rivals gets real. The system gets really fussy with me. Still missing something here. One more time. Okay, I can't get it up just yet, BP. I'm going to have to catch you after the show, bro. It says, no, I canceled. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I got you. We'll fix you up, man. I promise you. We'll 100% get you fixed up. Let's see. Love the Cats is drinking Old Forester 100 proof. That sounds delicious. That's like kind of like the basic Old Forester, but it's delicious. Or are you talking about the, what is that, the green label? I can't remember which one's 100. Let's see what else we got. Love the Cat says, get Wizard Boy on for updates on his, yeah. So David the Wizard said recently, I think he revealed to the bunker that he had been trying to hook up with Nikki Glaser, who is apparently, in my opinion, a very attractive young lady. She's a comedian of some repute, and he has been trying to pull her in via, was it Instagram, guys? It was one of the social media channels. And, I mean, look, man, I'm a 47-year-old man. I have not been on the dating market since the 90s, so I can't really tell you if he's doing a good job or not. But it seemed to me like he had at least gotten a bite. And, I mean, it could be worse. So I have no idea why that was blocked, Corn. Corn typed in, hot chicks love analytics, and that was blocked by Facebook. I had to clear it. Maybe it's because half of analytics is anal. I don't know. Maybe YouTube knows that we're talking about David the Wizard and they kind of figured it out. I don't know. But anyway, I would love to. I think David is committed to giving us an update on his Nikki Glaser chase, and we'll see how it goes. I'm a little skeptical about his ability to close. I don't know if D Lucky has a different feel about this. I would defer to D Lucky's judgment on this. But, we'll see what happens. Canoe Man says it's all analytics, of course. Euphoria says we play at Kentucky again this year. I know that Auburn plays Kentucky I can't remember if the game's in Lexington or in Auburn. I can't remember. We played at Kentucky last time we played them. Man, the years get away from me. Let's see. Kentucky was down here that's right, 9. It was that really cold night. And then Auburn was at Kentucky in 10. That's when Cam made that incredible throw down the far sideline to Cody, right? So I think it was. That game was way closer than we thought it would be. That was, yeah. Well, way closer than I thought it would be because Auburn was on such a roll at that point. I think Kentucky, Auburn had done some destructive stuff to some other teams that were probably a little better than Kentucky, so it's hard to kind of get up for every game. But anyway, we'll see what's up. Jacob J says, love JGT. Love you, man. Appreciate you being on the show, yo. Also says Wizard ABC always. Hell yeah, we know that. Oh my goodness, Stutsy's in the house. Stutsy Poo says, I'm an Evan Williams guy. Typically I stick with the green, but if you need that stronger stuff, then try the white label. I'm not as familiar with the whole Evan Williams line. I know that the barrel is it. I just know it's the black label is what I've had before. It's about $26, $27 at ABC. And it's delicious. In fact, I would argue that it's the best thing you can buy under $30. That Evan Williams, it's single barrel, I think it is. My father-in-law would kill me for saying that, though. He was of this opinion. And the dude, he was born in Kentucky, lived in Kentucky, died in Kentucky. And he drank more bourbon than I'll ever drink. And he was always convinced that higher level bourbon was a sham. that you should be drinking Kentucky Tavern or Kentucky Gentleman, and anything else was BS. If you brought Blanton's into him, he would really would knock it out of your hand and say, "Get it out of my house." Kentucky Tavern, we call that KT. Wash Your Hands says, "Why are we playing Georgia October 30th?" Is that true? I thought that game got moved way back. Do I have it wrong on the schedule here? No, on the schedule I got it October 10. And the reason is that they finally got to change it after years of lobbying, going back to when that other dude was the coach. Can't remember his name. The guy that went to Miami, Mark Richt. Mark Richt was telling us years ago at the Sandestin meetings, like, hey, if Auburn really wants to change it, we're open to that. Whatever's got to be done. Let them figure it out, but I don't mind. And I think it started there, and over time, Alan Green really, really pushed that. And, I think it was the worst thing ever for Auburn to have to go back-to-back away Georgia, Alabama. And he only got one step better, which was they broke that game up. They broke those 2 away games up. But as it stands right now, Auburn's going to always have LSU and Alabama back-to-back, although they're going to be staggered as whether they're home or on the road. But this coming year, Auburn's home to LSU, on the road at Alabama to finish it. Well, assuming the regular season. I have the schedule up there. I don't know why I'm telling you guys this. You're looking right at it. I'm an idiot. So anyway, wash your hands. That's the long story short. Auburn really tried hard over a period of many years to try to get that Georgia-Alabama broken up because of the home and away. And this is the way that, as Pocket Watch said, it's a half step better. A half step would be nice. This ain't much better. But I think what was going on before was the worst. Leif says, KT, Kentucky Tavern, is made in my hometown, Owensboro. It is good if you need diarrhea. I knew it was made down there. I really did. Seriously. I have some friends in Owensboro and Henderson. And I found out recently that the now retired part-time captain of the Time Bandit, if you guys watch Deadliest Catch, let's see, Captain Jonathan is working on the Saga now, and then Captain Andy Hillstrand, he's now retired, but he lives right outside of Evansville, which is close to Owensboro. I don't know if you knew that or not, Leif, but anyway, I like Owensboro. Owensboro is also known in my mind for being a place where fast food restaurants love to kind of test out that market. They consider it a really nice market from a demographic standpoint. So a lot of times back in the day anyway, if you went to like a McDonald's or an Arby's or something down there, they would have a lot of weird stuff that you would never see. I had a McPizza there. And my friend Alan had like some kind of weird burger back before McDonald's did anything crazy with burgers. You either got a Big Mac or a double cheeseburger, and that was it. Anyway, interesting stuff there. I forgot the name of the exact city, though, Leif. I can find it really quickly. Not that you asked or care, but I care because I looked it up the other day. Scintillating, I know. Chandler, Indiana is what it is. So it looks to be about 10 miles northeast of Evansville. I don't know how far that is from Owensboro, though. Oh, okay. So from Owensboro, it would actually be about 30 miles northwest, excuse me. Just outside of Boonville. I consider it a Boonville suburb. Yeah. A McDog. Melee, did you have a McDog? Or are you making that up? I mean, I actually would believe it if you told me that happened. Let's see. I've been babbling, and I'm sorry I've missed some stuff here. Pocket Watch says playing in Baton Rouge toward the end of November may actually help us a lot and give us a chance to actually win there. I have a lot to say about that, and I better not say it right now. I don't want to be negative, but, I have been covering Gus since he got here, and he tends to lay eggs in Baton Rouge. Whether it's in November, we'll see. Maybe the month will change it. And maybe this LSU team will change it because they're losing a lot. A whole lot. Maybe they won't. I guarantee they won't be as good as they were. Are they going to be good enough for Auburn to roll down there at the end of the year and crush? We'll see. I believe it when I see it when it comes to Auburn and Baton Rouge. It doesn't happen very often. That was a Cub reporter back last time it happened, 99. Auburn went down there and smoked cigars on the field, which I didn't really think was that big a deal. I also think, and P. Marsh agrees with me on this, that a lot's been made of that subsequently. Whereas, like, I was there, and I mean, I thought it was funny, but this whole concept of, LSU takes umbrage with it, and all these people were mad. I was there. Those people had left the stadium. There weren't but about, 200 LSU fans left. And if they were mad, they weren't freaking out. It's a very convenient story we hear about that crap. EU Taxman says, I had a McLobster roll in Maine a few days ago. BS. Is that true? I need a picture of this. Surely you took a picture of that. A McLobster roll. Good golly, Miss Molly. That's a real thing. Is there nothing sacred, guys? I'm just kidding. You got to make money. I get it. Love the Cat says, Birmingham in Ensley was the first to have McDonald's pizza, no lie. I had no idea. That's interesting. Jacob J. agrees with me that the cigar thing is way overplayed. It might be the most overplayed thing that's ever happened on the Auburn beat since I've been here, which is since 98. Every time that happened, they smoke cigars down there. I'm like, first, there were 200 people there left that weren't Auburn fans. I'm talking about LSU people, and it really wasn't that big a deal. It's the pictures that piss people off, and it's a retroactive disdain. And my answer to that question, or my answer to their little whines about it is, well, if you didn't like it, then stop them. Prevent it from happening. And don't have Jerry DiNardo as your head coach, because he sucks. Anyway, I'm glad you guys see through it because you're Auburn people and you remember, but some of these other people, specifically the LSU folks, they don't remember. A lot of them don't. They're like, man, it's so disrespectful. Nah, you guys didn't care at the time. Leif says they sold them in Rhode Island as well. I'm so glad that the delicacies that are served in McDonald's are available from coast to coast. Someone asked, Love the Cat says, Jay, what is your go-to fast food meal? I'm not I'm not the fittest guy around. I'm fitter than I used to be. But I don't eat a lot of fast food. I eat a lot of crap. I mean, I don't eat the greatest food, but a lot of times we go to restaurants that are just kind of like local, but they're not chains. If I had one, I would probably go Zaxby's. I like Zaxby's. I don't get the wings there though; they're mushy. So usually I get like a chicken sandwich from Zaxby's with tongue torch sauce, and then I take the chicken off the. I don't like it's really buttery, and so I take the meat off. I'm not trying to be that guy that's like I will never eat bread. Obviously I do, but I don't like it at Zaxby's. I like the tongue torch sauce with the chicken breast, and it's good. They also have a pretty good. They have good salads too. Let's see. Corny says LSU has prevented quite a lot since. Yeah, absolutely. Auburn's been bad. Auburn's been bad down there, and LSU's been good down there. And the 2001 game was a memorable one. That was the one that got delayed due to 9/11 occurring. That was like Beirut because it was for all the marbles in 2001. So it was like Beirut down there. That's where the papier-mâché tiger and all that was going on. I've talked about that on the show. Again, I don't want to get put on a copyright break on that. I think people were upset about that last time I talked about it. But Shocker says Zaxby's wings are trash. I agree. They're mushy and gross. And same thing for me. Anyway, in my opinion, Buffalo Wild Wings, not good wings. I don't eat wings there. And I love wings, but those are bad ones. Seriously, guys, Voodoo has the best. I haven't been able to eat there because I haven't been in Auburn for probably 6 or 7 weeks. Or Mobile. I've been in Montgomery the whole way. But Voodoo has really good ones. We actually hate, since they don't have a Voodoo here in Montgomery, we're kind of forced to forage on our own. And Wingstop has good wings here in town. Sometimes when you order from there, the people who work there are just kind of listless about whether they're going to do it for you or they're going to hurry and get the food out in time. It's kind of hit or miss a little bit, but the food's good once you get it. Let's see. David the Wizard is in the house. He says, yo, hoes, checking in from the iPhone. David, I'm going to go ahead and fire up the line, brother, and I would love for you to call in and let us know how things are going. Nikki Glaser, maybe not as much on analytics this time, but we can talk about just kind of what you're doing there. Okay, here he is. Dave, I'm going to give you a call, bro. I'm just going to call you straight up, bro. If he's using his iPhone, then he'll know it's us.
Yo, what's good, my man?
What up? How you doing, man?
Doing good, dog. Just out with a couple homies. We growing out tonight, drinking a little bit, chilling, finally getting something going with all this bullshit going down.
Yeah, I'm glad to see you're getting out, and I know you're at your best when you're out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure.
Tell us. Everybody wants to know about Nikki Glaser, dude. How are things going with that? What's your next step?
Dude, not bad, man. I'm slow playing it. Like I said, I was gonna slow play it because I don't want to, rush. You fuck it up by rushing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man. I randomly DM'd her the whole just the backstory on all this bullshit. I've decided that I'm trying to step up my because I was thinking it's like if I just DM a bunch of famous hot chicks, who knows? Nothing to lose. You know, just keep doing it and maybe I'll go on. And she actually messaged me back. I was like, I messaged her about, hey, yo, you fine as fuck, blah, 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 this, blah, 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 that, maybe we should, date. And she hit me back. She was like, yeah, let's see what's good. And we talked for 2 hours that day. And then after that, we've been hitting back, here in force. And I jokingly told her, I was like, I'm going to send you a boyfriend application, all this bullshit. And she was like, LMAO, yeah, send that shit. And I was like, all right, I actually will type it up then. I typed up 6 pages of shit. And
why 6 pages, man?
You said, man, I was trying to be thorough. Gotta let her know I'm putting in the effort. You feel me?
Okay.
It was long though. It was long. But yeah, and now I'm just I asked her if she's right, and she was like, nah, I'm busy as fuck, but I'll read it and get back to you. So now I'm just trying not to bother her and wait till she gets back. You know?
Yeah, you want to make sure she has a chance to look through that.
Yeah, no doubts. But yeah, it was going really we were talking. I remember I actually did message her in between that and before because I was listening to her podcast, and on the podcast she had said that she had a bunch of dudes coming after her, but she wasn't interested in any of them. I was like, damn it. Fuck, that's probably me too. And I went up in her DMs. I was like, yo, I heard what you said. I'm guessing that includes me. So, hit me up if you change your mind or some shit. But if not, I'm going to let you be. And then she hit up me, and she was like, no, that wasn't including you. And I was like, lit.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, boy. So, I guess that means I'm beating the other dudes, I guess, kind of in a way, maybe something like that. I don't know.
Is there any way? Would you consider directing her to this podcast to kind of show that, hey, you're a real person and you're out here just doing your thing, and you show respect for women, you show respect for her and stuff like that? I don't know. It might be a good character study for her.
Wait, say all that one more time. I'm kind of tipsy. I
understand.
Tipsy, actually.
But obviously you're a star on this show. You're one of our best callers. I didn't know if you wanted to tell her about that, or is what you talk about on this show kind of a secret?
That's a possibility. I could slip that in. If it comes up organically. I could slip that in, no doubt.
You've been nothing but respectful when talking about her, and obviously, you view women with a lot of respect and stuff. So, I think it'd be nothing but a positive for you, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think maybe. Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Are you going to get into any other trouble tonight, or what's the goal when you go out with your boys tonight?
I'm chilling with the boys until 9 or 10. Then I'm gonna head home, hit up this chick, and then she's gonna come over, and you know what's good. That's the plan for tonight.
Where did you meet this girl?
Different girl, some chick named Haley, Hayle.
Oh, okay.
So weird. I don't know why, but I'm about to get an E.
Is that on an app? Did you meet her on whatever it is, the app?
Yeah, Tinder. You know how it is. Tinder. That's where it's at.
And do you feel like the picture you have up on Tinder is it an accurate representation of who you are, what you are, et cetera, et cetera?
Interesting story. All right, so I got a bunch of pictures on Tinder, and cause you can have up to 9 or some shit, and I have as many as it'll let me have. And I have some pictures of me where it's looking hella good, and I just want to make sure bitches don't be disappointed in person, so I include pictures that aren't that good also.
Yeah.
And I put in my my biography on Tinder, I got some good pictures and some bad pictures in here, just to make sure there's no in-person disappointment. You feel? Because there are some pictures where I be looking like a model or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I got to make sure, you know what I'm saying? Just got to make sure.
And then, I hate to be digging in too deep here, but physically, are you a thin guy? Are you a middle of the road guy? Are you heavier? What are we looking at here?
I'm in decent shape. I'm about 6'5", 200. I'm pretty solid shape.
Did you say 6'5"?
I gotta get. Yeah, I'm 6'5", big boy.
No kidding, damn.
Yeah, what was I gonna say? I was in really good shape there for a little while, and I've with the quarantine and stuff, and a little bit before that, I kind of lacked off. I started drinking and like quit going to the gym as much. But I've gained like 15 pounds. So once this is done, I'm getting back in hard, heavy. I'm gonna limit the drinking to like once a week, and then get back in the gym hard because I need to.
Yeah, I know you will, man, because you're living that life, man. You got to be that way. I get it.
Got to, man.
Dude,
don't want
listen,
to fuck it up.
everybody on the bunker is pulling for you with this Nikki Glaser situation. I mean, I think everybody will be really, really stoked to see you close there, and we just enjoy it vicariously, man.
Yeah, dog. I'm trying to bring it home for the homies, no doubt.
Anything else you want to discuss today, David?
I don't know, man. Just chill, man. Just chilling. Got my fingers crossed that football starts back when it's supposed to and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
But shout out to the boys on the bunk. You feel me? Shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. All right, well, have a good night tonight, David, and I appreciate you updating us. And, of course, good luck, continued good luck with Nikki Glaser and whatever else you're trying to run down.
Hell yeah, man. I appreciate it, man. You too, my big dog.
All right, see you, bro.
All right, see you, my dude.
David the Wizard, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like D. Lucky, maybe a little less skeptical than I am. I don't know. Although we are both on the same page with the 6-page curriculum vitae that he sent her. I don't know if she needs 6 pages. I was thinking maybe 1. And he says he's 6'5". So, I mean, 6'5", 200. I mean, my wife would be interested in that. Hell, she's interested in me. But I don't know. I kind of got grandfathered in on that deal there. You know how it is. I feel like I missed some stuff while we were talking to David. Glad to have him on the air. BP Rockman said he's going to call in as well. Keep an eye on that. Let's see. I don't think this is going to be him, but I would absolutely take this call all day long. What's up, caller? How you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Who I got on the home?
BP Rockman.
Oh, hey, what up, man? How you been?
I've been hanging in there. I went through a little things, y'all. Everyone pretty much knows I go through some depression spells, but things are looking a lot better these days.
Yeah, I was texting you a little bit there. It's probably been a couple weeks now. I was telling you, man, we want you back, yeah, and your family wants you back, yo.
Yeah, and I appreciate the ones who have definitely reached out to me because that means a lot. And I also want to apologize. There's a few I went off with during some of the Corona stuff, and they just kind of, there were some good threads, and then you go in there and someone's talking about fire guts. I mean, I just don't think that was appropriate.
Yeah.
And it just kind of ticked me off that, the time, I mean, I ain't been following this stuff, and unfortunately, I got my janitorial business, and 3 of my buildings, they actually had 19, so I actually had to go out there and protect one of my buildings, and it was kind of scary. So it made me want to take a step back from all the negativity in politics, because that is something I don't get into. I'm a sports guy. But other than that, I mean, things are finally picking up for me.
Well, you're a beast, and of course things are going to pick up for you because you are BP Rockman. We did get away from the politics, though. The politics have been squashed, so that's one thing down. But my thought is, as the guy who's running the board, that if people want to rag on Gus, I'm not a big fan of it, but, I mean, at least that's on topic, so we'll let that go a little bit.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm for him or not, but when you get a good conversation going, and you got to feel that every conversation they want to bring that in, that, I just don't think that was appropriate. I mean, someone, I can't remember who it was really detailed. The information was very spot on. And then you got some asshole ones come in and talk about fire guts. I'm like, do that in another thread. Yeah. I mean, when people are starting to lose their lives and, I mean, and then I was already frustrated. I haven't been able to see my father in 2 months because he's got cancer. And of course, with all this going on, I can't even go visit him. So it was just, I just lost it, and not just because of the thread, just I was already emotional drained. So, I've never been one to share, be ashamed of what I go through, but, I, like you said, I'll be back.
Word. Well, I know you've been posting a little bit, haven't you?
No, I've actually canceled my account completely, and, it's completely gone. So if I have to get another one, then I may do it. I just needed some time to get my head back together, and I'm getting there.
Word. Well, we're always here for you, man. You know that.
Yeah, but on October 3rd, we actually played Kentucky at home because I remember this is the only reason I remember the last time we played at Kentucky was on a Thursday night. Me, Knotted Short, that's the first time I ever met him, was on Thursday night back in 2000. I think it was 14. We won 30-27. And so that I do recall that game.
Well, yeah, that was a cold. You talking about the one up there or the one at home?
No, the one in when we went to Kentucky back in I think 2015.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
a Thursday night game.
My bad.
And so that's why. And so that's why this year we play at Kentucky.
Yeah.
I mean, Kentucky plays here at us.
Sean White actually hit one of those dumbass 15-second reverse plays, as I recall. Hit Ricardo, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And Peyton Barber had over 100 yards that game,
Mm-hmm.
and but yeah, it was a fun time. It was the first time I ever been to Kentucky, and then of course I went back this in February for the basketball game and had a great time.
Yeah. Of course. I mean, you got to go to Rupp, man. That's where it's at. So I think you should just come back. The people in the chat were just saying you got to come back as BP version 3, man.
No, I was thinking more version 68. That way I can owe some woman something.
That's my man right there. Hey, you think they're going to be good at football? You think this Auburn team, this 2020 team, is going to be good?
You know what? After the last 4 or 5 years getting my hopes up, I'm not even going to make no prediction. Last year, I said we'd win 9 games. You know, I think we did all right with a freshman quarterback. And, you know, and I know Amanda called in on night, and she was actually she really impressed me with her knowledge. And but I think people got to realize Bo was a true freshman. He made a lot of mistakes, but he also played probably one of the shittiest lines that we've had in years.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's going to improve, and that's where I feel like we're going to struggle offensively is line play.
Yeah,
I think defensively, I think they're still going to be strong, but I think that the offense could still sputter because of lack of offensive depth in line.
Yeah, I mean, I feel really good about Broderius Ham. After that, I just don't know who I can trust up there. That's the thing. I mean, and hell, Broderius hadn't played a lot. I'm pretty sure he's good.
Well, that's the thing. There's no experience there. So, you know, that's what scares me the most. And then after that, if one gets injured, what do we do? I mean, then you're either riding on true freshman or redshirt freshman.
Yeah.
So we could be in the same predicament from last year.
Yeah, you don't want that.
I mean, I just say just run the Statue of Liberty, play every play, and let's just go for it.
Maybe that's what Chad's going to do.
But I ain't going to hold this up. I just want to tell everybody hello, and I do appreciate some of the texts I got. And like I said, a few people I did kind of snap at in a few different threads a few weeks ago. I apologize. I know one was Glory Days. I personally apologize to him. But probably in a few weeks I can get back on there.
Well, holler at me before you do, man. I'll get you hooked up.
All right, everyone take care, y'all.
All right, BP. See you, man.
All right, peace.
BP Rockman, absolute beast, monster of the Midway, Bunker Beast. Stoked to have him. He'll be back. I knew he was gonna be back because when he left, he told me, he's like, "Hey, man, I've just, basically what he told you guys. He just gotten frustrated with some of the stuff going on, which I understand. I mean, there's times when I gotta kind of walk off too. And most of the time when I get angry and walk off, it's not like people saying stuff to me. It's just different things that are frustrating to me. Sometimes people do stuff on there that I think is really dumb, but it's within the rules. If they say stuff, like some of the people, you guys know what I'm talking about, they get real personal with Gus. And it's like on one hand, I'm like, hey, I understand why they're frustrated. They're keeping it on topic. They're not going to ridiculous lengths, but they're just pushing this agenda over and over. I get tired of it. But, because I get tired of it doesn't mean it's wrong. So I just give them a lot of leash. Eventually, it kind of works itself out. You remember Liger was doing a lot of that last season. It was just on and on and on about how much Gus sucks. And it's like, dude, at some point, okay, you've said it 40 times. We know. I mean, it's not wrong for him to say that, but it gets old. And BP gets tired of it too. Jacob J says, what about the new OL coach, Coach Bick? Is he a good coach, good recruiter? I've read all the New York Giants and Eli stuff. Any further insight? He is, he's not you got two kinds of line coaches. You got the screamers and the non-screamers. He's definitely a non-screamer. I can't tell a whole lot after that. Let's take this one in from the 907 area code. What's going on, caller? How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, JG.
Is this my man
it's
from
Alaska Tiger.
Alaska Tiger. That's who it is. I didn't recognize your area code. That's why I figured it was you, bro.
Yep, it's me. I thought I'd call in, see how you guys were doing. And since we're not talking about football, I was going to give you some stories about Alaska.
Hell
You had
yeah.
asked something about the deadliest catch people, and I used to work out there part-time at Dutch Harbor.
Yeah, that's not an easy. There's no easy
And-
work in Dutch Harbor, is there?
No, not really. It was kind of hard work, but getting there is definitely something interesting. It's a pretty short runway to fly in there because you got mountains on one side and the ocean on the other side. We take a plane a little bit smaller than a regular aircraft, about the size of the commuter, holds about 50 people plus cargo. But if you fly in there, you have to fly real close to the mountains. The pilot turns up to almost a 45-degree angle. And if you're right by the window, you can actually look up and see the mountain above you right before you land.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like my kind of thing
as
at all.
soon as you land, they slam on the brakes because if they don't, the planes are going to go into the water.
Yeah.
So landing is something, it's pretty hairy.
Is there
But I did have one kind of funny story for you.
Yeah.
I was actually leaving there and had my ticket and got not onto the plane yet. It holds about 50 people. But got on in the area, and they came up to me after I'd checked in. They said, "You're a little bit too heavy to fly with us today." And Jay, I weigh 145 pounds. So if I was making that plane too heavy to take off,
Yeah, there were bigger problems.
That's a problem.
What were you doing in Dutch Harbor when you were working back there?
Well, I'm a dentist, so there were 2 dental clinics at the time out there. So I would go out there and work for about a week, work on the people. Some of the people that lived out there, some of the people that worked out on the different fishing boats.
Yeah.
You know, they'd come in, get some work done before they had to go out on their fishing boats.
Yeah.
So that was actually before the crabbing TV show was on, The Deadliest Catch.
Yeah. That's been on about, I reckon, 12, 13 years now. So we're talking 20-something years ago
Yeah,
for you.
yeah. Yeah, it was probably the late 90s. I was there for about a year and a half.
Yeah.
So.
Now, you were telling us last time you called in, I know you're in Alaska now, but you've actually got kin. I mean, you're from down this way, right?
Yes, I'm originally from Alabama and went to Auburn.
Okay.
But the job market wasn't as good where I was, so my wife and I, we moved up to Alaska and been up here since '96. So.
And you're in Anchorage?
Just outside of Anchorage, in Wasilla area.
Does it take when you had?
I think I told you that my office used to be right across the street from Sarah Palin's old house.
Oh yeah. Gotcha. Is coronavirus a big thing up that way?
We haven't had too many cases, but the state, just like every other state, shutting a lot of businesses down for the time and that sort of thing. And
yeah.
We're just kind of sitting on hold. We normally leave for the summer. I have a house in Puerto Rico. So I'm usually gone for the summer anyway. So I'll probably.
That's a lamp right there, dude. We got to give you a lamp warning on that.
Oh.
I got a house in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, go from one extreme to the other.
Yeah, for real, man. I mean, in Puerto Rico got hit really hard by that hurricane, huh?
Yeah. It was pretty hard, but our house was fine. But it's just how it hurt the economy was worse than anything.
How about that pocket watch in our chat says he's been to Wasilla. He actually worked for a lady who lived in Wasilla. How about that? So we got people that have been up that way.
Yeah. There was somebody on the bunker that came up a few years back, and I showed them around town, that sort of thing.
Wow, no shit. That's awesome.
Yeah. A guy from Waco, Texas came up, and I chatted with him on the bunker, and I said, hey, when you're going to be up here, just tell me, and I'll just show you around.
Man, that's incredible, dude. The bunker really does go everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they do.
All right, Alaska Tiger, appreciate you calling in. You're our furthest away caller, and you're obviously a total beast.
Okay.
You behave yourself
All right.
up there.
Well, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, see you, man.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye. Alaska Tiger. Did not know he was a dentist. We're learning new stuff every day. That's good stuff. He's in Wasilla. I will remember that next time he calls in. Be like, you're my favorite dentist in all of Wasilla, yo. You are the bunker's preferred dentist in Wasilla, Alaska. Why not leave Alaska during winter for Puerto Rico? These are good questions that I should have thought of when he asked me that, right? Maybe he just got back. I don't know. I wonder if there's a time, I'm somebody who likes warm weather. I wonder if there's a time of year that I would like Alaska because I suspect that I wouldn't. I feel like even in the summertime, it's probably not like warm up there, right? So I don't know. But I'm glad that there's people up there kicking ass and just being American, just being badass Americans up there. That's awesome. And I love me some Deadliest Catch, although that's basically that's like if I live in Belarus and I think America is all about burgers and hot dogs. Like, no. No, it's all about McRibs, bro. You got it all wrong. Super chat coming through from Austin M. Austin, thank you very much for your super chat. No message included. So my message to you is that you're a total beast. Thank you for jumping in there and supporting the show. Thank you. Glad to have you on. Corny says JGT picking up some wizard speech patterns. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm going out with my G's, yo. He has that funk. Yeah, anyway, it's funny, man. You hear him talk. I love David the Wizard. It's great. Let's see what else is going on. The Wiz. I saw the Wiz had jumped back into the chat a little bit. I'm hoping. I think he was probably just affirming what you guys had nice things to say about him and appreciating him for that. We got a super chat coming through from Kyle W, a.k.a. Crocosile. Crocky Poo says, love me some Drain. Do we get any Jay Lee tonight or Nate? Let me check in with Jay Lee. Jay Lee, sometimes he goes to bed really early when he is not, when he's not on call, so to speak. I was texting with him earlier this morning because we were working on some basketball stuff. We think Auburn is added. Auburn's working on its schedule for next season, and they have added a game that, if it goes through, is going to be a really big game against a big-name opponent that we've talked about on this show a number of times. It's not SEC. I don't really want to break the scoop on that because we're still kind of working on it and trying to figure out details. Basically, Auburn signed I hadn't signed. I think they've agreed to a game in a large southeastern city against a very high-profile non-conference opponent. But every time I feel like we've got the story and we're ready to write it, I just get this feeling that, or someone tells me that it's not quite done. And, I felt about, 2 years ago, Auburn was like this close to agreeing to a home and home with Louisville, and I knew about it, and I talked to BP about it, and he said, hey, man, your information's not wrong, but I would caution you, that has not been agreed to yet, and there's some stuff we got to get over for that. And I'm really glad I didn't write it because it didn't actually come to be. So you just got to be careful with that stuff. We'll see Jay Lee sometimes, he's working on other stuff this time of night sometimes. Let's see. BP says, I'm losing track of this a little bit. Austin M says, hey, JG. Austin M had the super chat earlier. Says, hey, JG, thanks for keeping the show rolling through these times. Please know that it's much appreciated. I hope you and the family are doing well. Let's hold out hope for a season in 2020. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, I'm holding out hope for sure. As the proprietor of a website that covers Auburn football, I'd be really fired up to have a season in 2020. Look, they're going to get it done one way or another. If it's not, on schedule, you guys know how I feel about this. I think Auburn's going to have everybody's going to have an abbreviated schedule that starts in October. That's what I think is going to happen. There's also a possibility that it gets pushed into the spring, and then you would have a spring and a fall season for that 1 year. It'd be like the time that they had the Winter Olympics back-to-back in Lillehammer and Albertville. But weird things happen, man. Let's see. Pocket Watch says, actually in Anchorage, it's warmer than Chicago. How about that? These are things I didn't know. I've just never even considered going to Alaska. Like, it's like the other side of the world for me. I mean, I grew up a little bit. I spent my younger years in San Diego, and that's West Coast. But I mean, that ain't West Coast like Anchorage. I mean, hellfire. We also got a super chat coming through from Jacob J. Says, keep it up with a little cute emoji there. Appreciate you, Jacob, jumping into the chat. Had some good questions, too. And Hornatius says, also a super chat there from Hornatius says, $2 for a new hairdo, JGT. I was trying to spike it up, yo. Just trying to have fun with it. Yeah, you're right, man. My hair is like dark on the bottom and light on the top. I really actually do have kind of frosted tips now, but it's not on purpose. This is just kind of how it goes when you can't go meet with yo stylist. But I also want to respect social distancing, and she does too. So there you go. Crocodile affirming what we all believe to be true, which is that BP Rockman is badass. Says BP Rockman is the man. I love that guy. Absolutely, man. One of the all-time greats. BP says it's going to work out well. I think about moving back to Auburn. That would be awesome. Just excited about him getting into Auburn and his son, 16 and even more for the aviation program. Obviously, Auburn's aviation program is super, super good. Nick Brahms is involved with that. There's a rumor going around that some of these beat writers, Justin Lee, who covers Auburn for the OA News, and some of the dudes from the Plainsmen, they play a lot of Call of Duty Warzone. And I actually play a fair amount myself, but I never play with a team. I just play solos. War Damn Eagle, I was playing with him and his crew maybe a week ago. I just don't think I play well with a group. I think there's actually, like, for those of you who play Warzone, I don't know, man. If I'm playing by myself and I'm a lone tiger, I know if I hear things, I better be on guard. And then if you're with a group of 4, you're always hearing stuff because your teammates are all around you, and it just throws me off, and I end up sucking. I have bad games. I guess I could just adapt, but I haven't done it yet. So anyway, they were talking about having like a beat writer showdown. This is why I was talking about this in the first place, where you have like teams of 3 or 4, and he was trying to get Nick Brahms involved because I know Nick Brahms has been playing a lot of Warzone. I hope I don't get Nick Brahms on my team. He didn't sound like a guy that was going to put up big numbers. Oh, man. Andrew B., I think I'm going to leave that one hidden. I just didn't really want to get into that. Some people get upset with that word. Let's see. Crocodile says, JGT, do you think the NCAA will relax transfer waiver rules this year due to the corona? Yes, I do. I think that was going to happen anyway, but yeah, corona is going to make it even more of a thing. Notorious MGM says, need to change Kentucky to a home game on your schedule graphic. Okay, I'll do that. We were talking about this earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So it's going to be a home game against Kentucky. I mean, I can change it, but I'm not going to do it right now. It would take me a minute. Although I could take a quick look. I'm going to pull up Photoshop on here real quick. My computer's not like, uh-oh. Don't do that to me. I forgot that, Facebook does not like it when I have, OBS does not like me pulling up Photoshop. So I'm not going to fix it right now. We'll worry about it next time. I'll put that on the list. Thank you for letting me know that, though. My bad. Let's see. BP4AU will an abbreviated schedule give us equal home and away SEC games? I'm sure that is going to be the emphasis because it would just be an SEC schedule, I believe, at that point is what I've been hearing about. But sometimes the SEC doesn't quite come through on the things that they promise. I'm not sitting here ragging on Sankey, per se. I'm just saying, when Auburn was left with this at Georgia, at Alabama crap, they were kind of like, yeah, that sucks, man. We'll work on that as soon as we can get to it. Yeah. It's a very low priority for them because they were like, who cares? Melee asks, is Okoro done? I believe he is signed with Sharif Cooper's father's agency. And so, yeah, at that point, that's it. Once you sign with an agent, that's a wrap. 100%. Hey, caller, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey there, who is this?
This is JG Tate. Who am I talking to? Is this Papa Bear?
Oh my gosh, trying to Scott. Hang on a minute. I have a guest. I have a guest.
Oh my gosh,
I'm
Papa
gonna
Bear.
patch in. I'm gonna call. I've got a good one. Hang on a minute, Mr. Tate.
Yes, sir. You're
My
gonna
man, I'm breathing hard too. I'm breathing hard too, Jay.
you're gonna
I'm trying to
patch
get the
somebody
pill.
in.
I'm gonna be. Yes.
Why,
Hang on a minute.
why
This
are
is your friend. This is your friend.
Who's my friend?
He won't call in. This guy won't call in by himself. I got to bring him in with
Is
me.
it Stutzy Poo?
No, he'll call in. This is the bull. Hang on a minute. We're bringing on the Robertsdale bull.
Oh, you talking
Hang on a
about
minute.
the legendary bull from the bunker?
Yeah. But hang on a minute. Damn it. Oh, bull.
Go ahead, you got him.
Oh, the bull, Robertsdale bull. We got Mr. Tater on. We got the Boston bull.
We do. We got damn tape, man.
What's going on, Bull?
This
How
is
you
the
been,
bull.
bro?
You got Bull and Papa Bear on together.
Yeah, that's gonna be. It's a lot of talking.
You tell me. Well, it is going to be potentially a lot of talking, Jay.
Yeah.
The bull's been keeping track of me. He's taking care of me. He always does.
Yeah.
The bull does. And you've never called in, have you, Bull?
No, I haven't been able to call in. I tried a couple times. I got cut off or whatever, but I'm glad to be involved in it. I always enjoy listening to JG and watching on YouTube and all that kind of fun stuff. He does an excellent job.
Hey, Papa
The
Bear.
bull is a.
You said
Yes,
you
sir.
said Bull wouldn't call in on his own. I mean, what's the deal?
Well, he
I
tried.
have tried to call.
He said he went to voicemail. Listen, Jay, I think the bull's a little bit shy. He ain't like me. I'm shy too, but I'm not as shy as he is.
Okay.
The bull's
okay.
just a little bit shy, you know. And he just, I don't know. There was a little hesitancy there.
Bull, are you actually down?
I'm walking again.
Are you in Robertsdale? Where are you at?
Yeah. I'm in Robertsdale right now. Just in Gulf Shores, but yeah.
Well, that ain't Robertsdale.
He's in Robertsdale.
We're finally
that ain't Robertsdale.
finally
That
got the beach. I know, just south of it, about 10 miles.
Well, that ain't
Finally
that.
got the beaches open, and we're ready to go.
You ain't in
Well, here's
Loxley?
what I want to know.
What?
Here's what I want to know, Jay. Was that his real picture he posted when they posted high school pictures? Because that guy looked like a movie star, Bull. Is that you in Robertsdale in class of 78?
No, I was 80. I was 82. So
Okay, I'm older than you then. Okay.
yeah,
Jay, I'm not gay, and there's nothing wrong with gay or anything.
Sure.
But he looked good. I'd give him a big old fat kiss.
Damn.
He looked good. I mean, you had me going a minute, Bull. You're like a movie
I know.
star.
Heck, I tried way back
You
in
look
the
like a
day.
damn movie star, Bull.
Way back in the day. I can't do it anymore. I get old and decrepit. But anyway.
But you still look good. You were at the Alabama game getting pictures.
Well,
of
that's
me.
what Kim. That's what your wife told me. Anyway.
Yeah, don't say her name
Yeah.
now. I mean, it
Easy.
doesn't matter.
Easy.
I'm picking. It don't matter.
Hey, Papa Bear, I got a question for you. It seemed like you and Amanda were kind of riffing back and forth, and it was kind of getting your old ticker
Where is
going.
her? Well, I know she made me have a heart attack 3 times last time. Amanda and Tiger Girl, those two. Tiger Girl has these one-liners, and she puts me on the floor like having her face buried in a pillow. I had a damn massive feeling there. I was going to have a heart attack. I mean, it wasn't a massive feeling anywhere else, but she's something. Tiger Girl is, and Amanda just brings it out. Where's Amanda? Is she on the phone call tonight?
She hadn't called in yet, but I think she will. She probably will. I don't know.
She is so sweet. Amanda's so sweet. Doc thinks Amanda's 21, but I think she made it about 27, 28.
Yeah.
And I'm
I'm
glad
thinking
she,
25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely older than
Bull,
21.
you stay away from Amanda. You and Russ are gonna scare her off. Bull, when the women, Bull goes after them women. He's
No, I
married now.
don't either. Heck,
Oh, you don't. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I follow
I'm just
your
joking,
lead,
Bull.
big guy.
Oh, damn.
I'll be my lead to be bankruptcy if Mama Bear hears about anything. I gotta be careful. Here's
Yeah, I hope
some
you were
kids
listening
out there, Jay.
earlier. Hey, Papa Bear, David the Wizard called in and was sharing some of his exploits, pulling in some really pretty girls. And
Oh, that guy. I mean, Jay, you really believe him? I mean,
No.
David. Now I like David Wizard.
No.
I don't either. He got that
But
that
he's
lady
awesome.
in Nashville sees what he wrote about her. She's gonna be sending a cease and desist letter to the bunker.
That's absolutely right.
I'll take care, Jay. Jay, she does that, and I'll put on my damn court suit. I'll look like that guy that was cross-examining what's her name in the movie Basic Instinct. I'll take care of you.
Oh,
Don't you worry. What was her
Whoa.
name? Oh, I love her.
Sharon Stone.
I love her. She showed a little. Oh my gosh, Sharon Stone. Oh, I love
What'd you say?
Sharon.
You said she
She's
showed a little
16.
what? A little what?
Jay showed a little trim. She really did. I mean, she
Yeah.
was so hot.
She was a very
and
trim
she
person.
slapped
right?
him. No, she wasn't. There's a little bushy-wishy there, but ain't nothing wrong with that. Back then, that's what women did.
Her hair was a
I mean,
little
you had
bushy,
to-
you're right.
Jay, I got to admit, seeing a little bit of that gets me excited still. 'Cause
Yeah?
I grew up with that. I mean, the Perdita River and women running around, the Mennonite girls at Steel Bridge down in Walnut Hill in Davisville. I mean, Steel Bridge Creek. They'd run around. Those Mennonite girls would just disrobe and go wild.
The Mennonite girl.
I'm going to have a heart attack out here.
Bull,
I have
are
heart
you
attack
familiar
out
with
here
any
now.
Mennonite girls? Did you ever see any of those growing up?
You damn right. I know all about the
Damn
Steel
right.
Bridge. I followed Papa Bear after he went to college. Then I took his place for a little while until I moved up there. But you damn right. I know all about that.
Oh, wow.
And
Jay Bull's my
he is
cousin.
spot on.
He's your what
Bull's
now?
my cousin, Jay. I was
Your
in
cousin.
that. My cousin.
Yeah.
Bull's my first cousin.
Yeah, but you're in
Yeah,
Cumming,
he is.
Georgia, and he's in, like, the bottom of Alabama.
I know, but I
That's
grew up down in the bottom of Alabama. That's my home. I want to go back down there. Mama Bear won't let me out of here. It's like the damn perfect storm. Here I am going up that big-ass effing wave. Oh, we're not going to get out. She ain't let me out.
What high school
He
did you go
does a little
to?
bit of
Here.
Atmore. Atmore is his
Atmore.
stomping ground.
Yeah.
Atmore, and I was in Gulf Breeze, Florida. I want to go home. She ain't going to let me out of here.
Wait,
It's a
so
perfect
y'all
storm
grew
for
up
her.
y'all grew up in Atmore?
I grew up in
grew-
Atmore. Bull grew
I
up in
was just
Robertstown.
south. I was just south
40
of that.
You ever heard of a
40
community-
miles away.
Have you ever heard of a community called Iliska?
What?
It's a little town
Where is
called.
that?
It's about 20 miles north of Atmore in Monroe County.
I
know
know
about
Uri.
I know
Uri,
Uri, and I know
Fresco City.
Monroeville and all that.
Fresco
Yeah.
City Whippet.
Frisco, yeah.
All right.
I dated a girl that was a Fresco City Whippet.
Was she
Back
cute?
then. She was something else. Oh, hell, she whipped it too, Jay. Yeah, she was hot. I mean,
Yeah.
she was older than me, 2 years older than me.
Yeah.
Fresco City Whippet. I'm making myself laugh. Fresco City Whippet. Yeah, the Uri Bulldogs, Fresco City Whippets, and I played against the Monroe County Tigers.
You damn
I
right.
played- hell, I ran all over those boys. They couldn't get me. I was like 231 pounds, and I was pounding them.
Hey, did you guys
I feel
know
it
that?
now.
Did you know BP Rockman called in earlier?
I hadn't heard
He-
him.
Well, he
That
did.
guy is covered in tattoos now. He sent me a picture last night of him with his shirt off and his underwear. And I was going to try to post it, but I don't know how to post pictures. I got to learn. Maybe Amanda will help me. Amanda, if you're listening, I need your help, darling.
Why did he send you a
Amanda,
picture of himself
Amanda.
half naked?
Amanda.
Papa Bear. I
He
need
sent
to.
me a picture.
I'm
I'm sorry. I'll calm down.
Why
I'm sorry,
did he
I'll calm
do
down. I was
that?
trying to sing this. He's my boy. BP is.
I love PB, Red. Yeah.
Yeah, but I
He
don't
came
need to
down
see
to the
pictures of him
house,
half
he
naked.
came down
Now,
to
I tell you
the
what,
house
if Mama Bear,
stay with him.
Mama Bear keeps seeing him sending pictures of me to me in his underwear on tattoos. She gonna wonder something.
Yeah, we're all gonna wonder something.
Wonder if
bro.
I hadn't changed a little bit. I'm putting from the rough or something, but I don't do that. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it. People want to putt from the rough.
Putting from the rough.
I
Huh?
play the back nine when you're or play with the back nine when you're lucky seven. I'm not doing that. No. I'll tell you
Well.
what. I'm not equipped.
I
You know what I
understand.
mean? Oh, Jay, how are you doing?
I'm great. I'm just really glad to have both you luminaries on the show. That's great. Huge.
We love being on here. You hadn't had much to drink tonight. I need to call back in a couple of hours.
Well, I mean, I have,
Yeah,
but
that's
right.
I have.
What about,
I've
has
had-
Ruxpin been in yet?
No Ruxpin yet. I mean, I feel like he was always the guy to kick us off, but David the Wizard called in real early to kind of explain how he was going to pull in Nikki Glaser, that really pretty girl that he's been
I
talking
know.
to.
Hey, I saw her on
Mm-hmm.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire the other night. I never even heard that.
Oh my God, are you
And I
sitting
was
with?
watching
Was she
TV
hot?
and I saw Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Yeah, she's pretty smoking. And
Mhm.
I was like, holy shit, Dave the Wizard is chasing this one. Wow,
Dude,
that's
listen,
great.
here's the deal.
Yeah,
Here's the
like
way
a
I look
heart.
at it. If he gets it in, we all get it in because like he's like
Yeah,
our
yeah,
envoy.
right.
You know?
It's like Community.
Yeah. It's incredible.
I hope Amanda calls in tonight, Jay. I really do. She's
Well,
so
I'll tell
sweet.
you what. I will remember if she calls in. I'm going to ask her about you because I saw you guys kind of bantering last
Well,
night, and I wondered if she was a little interested.
Jay, she came in the redhead thread, and she found a picture I posted, and I nearly hit. That lady is good. She's good. She found a picture I posted, incriminating picture, and I blamed it on my 15-year-old.
Yeah.
We haven't been stealing services, Jay. He's got his own account. I can't say his handle because he's already gotten blasted on the bunker. But he would go on my laptop, and he would go in there and post little things. I blame that on Christian. Christian's a mess, Jay. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that boy.
All right.
I'm gonna see him down and live with
see.
Bull.
Yeah. Hey, I'll take care of him. Come on.
Well, Doc and him
What about-
talk on the phone.
Yeah.
Doc stirs him up.
Yeah, Doc
Yeah,
Doc
I mean,
gets
always
people
throwing
going.
him
No
up.
doubt.
I'm going to wrap it up
We
with you
love
guys
Doc.
right here, though. Papa Bear, you're obviously a superstar. This is your third call in. And I
Oh.
think you keep getting better.
Yes, sir.
And then
I'm
Bull,
trying to get better, Jay.
your first time on, Bull. And I hope you call in. I hope I can pick you up next time. And it's not the British lady saying, "We are sorry, this line is on hold."
You're right, Jay. I appreciate
We may
it,
call
buddy.
in
I look
together
forward
again
to
too, Jay. We may call it because Bull and I are a good team.
Yeah,
I'll tell you,
understood.
Jay, you got to look at his picture. You got to look at his high school picture. Bull on a scale of 1 to 10 was a 9.5.
Damn, you.
I'm
Yeah.
not
I'd say
I'm not gay.
9.75.
Damn.
You were, Bull. I mean, Bull, you had me wanting to give you a big hug and a kiss.
Damn.
I'm joking you sweet boy.
All right, you guys.
I swear.
Damn right.
Well, Jay, you take care, Jay Tate.
All right,
You take
love
care.
y'all too.
Appreciate
Man,
you.
I
y'all
love
have
you
a
too,
great
my
night.
Bull. I'll call you.
War
back,
damn
Bull.
eagle.
We're going
See
to
y'all,
talk about
guys.
Lindsay, Bull. We're going to talk about Lindsay. Bye-bye.
See ya. All right, there we go. Papa Bear and Bull in the house. Yeah. I need answers. First of all, Leif brings up a good point. Mennonite girls show a lot of ankle. Maybe that's when I was younger, when I was 15 or whatever, maybe that's a market I hadn't really considered penetrating because when I was, I would have been in Tulsa at that point. I don't remember seeing many Mennonite girls. It wasn't really an area that I could have used to my advantage, but I'm glad that Papa Bear and Bull did as well. Interesting. We've never had a twofer like that before. We have two folks calling at once, but if you're going to do that, I think Papa Bear and Bull are a good group. So that's awesome right there. Austin M says, "Thanks, JG, for keeping the show rolling." Yeah. Hey, man, the bunker. The great thing about the bunker is it takes all kinds, to be a great bunker poster. You've got some young, some old, some crazies, some rationals, Gus haters, Gus lovers. It really does span the whole gamut. Bob Maplethorpe, otherwise known as Bob himself, jumps into the super chat and says, please buy Papa Bear a new puffer. D Lucky says, I'm going to remember exactly where I was when this call happened. Raven says, them boys is something else. When he said putting from the rough, that was pretty damn funny. And then I felt like I hit it home, and I was like, if he gets it in, we all get it in. Not to say that Nikki Glaser is going to be permissive with all of us, but I feel like David's our guy. And if he were to pull off this upset, this Chaminade against Virginia upset, I would feel like I accomplished something, even though I have no skin in the game, so to speak. Ed Darby says, JG, what are your thoughts on the running back position this year? You know what? Before I get going on that, I think it's a great question. I want to make sure I'm looking at a full list of all the running backs so I don't make a mistake and miss somebody and say, JG, why did you not say blah, 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 blah. So let's get everybody up here. Guys, I need that. I need this. My man Mike is the one who does this roster page, and sometimes he's like, how'd you think it looks? I'm like, kind of looks like ass, but don't take it the wrong way. All right. Running back. Wide receiver. What? I need more than that. Oh, this is signee roster. Sorry, guys. Oh, my gosh. They're making this so hard. It's only the signee roster. I guess we'll just have to go by the 2019 football roster. Dadgummit. This really annoys me. Okay, we got DJ for sure. How do I feel about DJ? I don't know if you guys agree with me on this. I like DJ. I think he's a fine tailback. I just didn't see what I wanted to see from him this year. I know it was his first year really playing, but I have a hard time getting his going out on the 2-yard line at LSU when he went out of bounds. I mean, it's got to be life or limb to take you out of bounds there. Like, you're either going to get in the end zone or someone's going to kill you to not get in the end zone. Those are the only two options. And to willingly run yourself out of bounds at the 2-yard line, and Auburn ended up not scoring a touchdown there. To me, that's just like the mark of the beast. That's just bad. So he's got some work to do to kind of convince me that he's going to be a beast. Sean Shivers, obviously Xavier McKinney doesn't think much of him. Should have thought more of him. Like him a lot. Worm is a high energy kid, but for somebody his size, you would think that he would be more shifty. He's more straight line fast, and he's got to be in a certain position to really help you. He certainly was in that run against, or I can't remember if it was a run or a pass against Xavier McKinney, but he was able to kind of take that. He kind of had a graduated turn there and then got going downhill. At that point, he's a mess. But he's not shifty in the hole the way like Carry On was, and I think Sean has limited ability there. Cam is gone. Working my way through. Devin Barrett is listed at running back. No. I'll make 100% sure. Is that what? Who am I missing? I mean, obviously the Tank Bigsby. Malik Miller. I mean, I love Malik. I love him, but no. I think he should have been an H all this time, but he doesn't want to be an H. And I mean, hey, you got to be what you are. I guess that leaves Tank, huh? And Mark Anthony. Jacob J says DJ is a number 2 back, solid backup. Honestly, man, that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. I mean, I could be wrong though, but that situation at LSU to me was just like, what are you doing? Like, I mean, there's no situation where Carnell Williams has that happen. It happens, but I mean, he would fight to try to get in. There's no way Ronnie Brown let something like that happen. He would fight to get in. Ben Tate, fighting to get in. I don't know why DJ conceded the point. And you could say, hey, man, he was a freshman. I don't know. It just annoys me. 49 minutes to midnight says DJ will be awesome in short yardage next year. Wasn't polished at all. Also, these are fair criticisms. Wasn't polished at all is basically saying he was young. Agree. He was. And I think he can really bring some punishment with his size and his attitude, but he sure wasn't tough on that particular run, in my opinion. Melee correctly remembers that that Shivers' run against Xavier McKinney was a Wildcat play. So very good. Very good. Thank you for that. I couldn't remember exactly what the deal was with that. And I'm forgetting Joyner. Yeah. Stutzy. I don't know. Like Harold Joyner, here's my problem with Harold Joyner. I'm getting concerned that he's going to be like an all-airport team kid, right? He looks the part. I mean, he's huge. He's huge to be what they expect from him. He's a huge human being. I don't know what he's officially listed at. Let me see what he is. 6'4", 215. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he was a little heavier than that. I mean, he's not fat at all. He's just a big human being the way that Brandon Jacobs was. I just don't know where he fits, man. There's more to being a good tailback than just being a great athlete. There is nuance to that position in a way that maybe in some other positions there aren't. And I don't know. And I've told you guys this before in the bunker, and I think you guys poo-poo me for saying this, but sometimes I just wonder if the organization is behind him as much as you guys think they are. You know what I mean? Because, like, if I were to mention to Gus right now, hey, what's your plan at tailback? He'd talk about DJ and he'd talk about Shivers because he loves Shivers, and he would talk about Tank. I bet he wouldn't even mention Harold. I don't know. I don't really know the whole story on that. I just don't feel like that's he's a big part of what they're trying to do. But I'm not sitting here saying he can't do it. He's an incredible looking player. I just, they're like, well, he broke those runs against Alabama State. I'm like, yeah, he did. He was way better than Alabama State. You're right. 49 minutes to midnight says, I don't think people know how good Tank Bigsby's going to be. He is Gurley Jr. Tank Bigsby has remarkable acceleration. Nobody else on this roster has that kind of acceleration. He's a true home run threat. And I think he's got some physicality to him. I think he's going to be really good. I just got to see how much nuance he's got. When he gets in the hole, and he's got people filling the hole, then what does he do? Does he have the ability like Carry On to kind of dance? Carry On's so good laterally, right? Carry On, well, there's a lot of good things about Carry On, but I thought his lateral agility was really notable. and I think it's why he's making big money, and he's going to make big money in the NFL. You need a little bit of that agility. I don't know if you need carry-on agility, but we need to see if Tank can do that in college. I think he can. And Mark Anthony, I should have mentioned him too. Mark Anthony to me is more like a utility back, complement back. He would be their best receiver as a tailback right off the bat. I think he's just a really good pass catcher. Got to see if he's back to 100% and what he can do. Because I've told you guys on the show, the last time I talked to Mark Anthony, he was still not 100% on the knee. He was still hobbling, and that was in January or February. So he needs to get back to 100%, and let's see what we got there. But I'm going to tell you this. Gus really wanted to play Mar last year. He really wanted to. Mark Anthony was going to play last year as a true freshman. No doubt about it. That was the plan. That's what was going to happen. And then he blew his knee out, I think, in the first scrimmage, and that was that. But they missed him, and he would bring it up during the season, at least privately to me, saying, we really miss Mark Anthony. And I would be like, he's been gone since the beginning, but Gus thought that much of him. Let's see. Black Hawk driver says Andy Dalton is now signed with the Cowboys. So that looks like Stidham may end up being the Patriots' #1 quarterback. Jared, how you doing, administrative assistant? Yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, well, I had dinner before we started, obviously. So I've been holding up better with this. I've had 5 shots, though. Yeah, I told him that administrative assistant was on the Zoom call Thursday, and you drank a lot of cat head honeysuckle. In fact, administrative assistant, I got to look at her on the video. Administrative assistant started with a new bottle of cat head on the Zoom call, and that's what's left. So she drank half a bottle by herself. You like that in the Body Armor beverage. You think that works really well with the cat head, huh? Okay, how you been? All right. Fighting the power, damning the man, one more day at a time. We had David the Wizard on. I think he's going to lay pipe. Wait, what do you mean? What, you're skeptical about his ability to lay pipe on Nikki Glaser? See, women. You should have faith that he's going to be able to get done. Yeah, whatever. That's your opinion. Well, thanks for checking on me. I still got some water, and I'm drinking responsibly. Behave yourself, young lady. Doesn't think David the Wizard can get it in. I think he can. Maybe not Nikki Glaser. Stidham may end up being the #1 quarterback with the Patriots. That would surprise me. But I'm pulling for him. I like Jared Stidham. Really do. Let's see. Kenny Irons still hasn't ever been tackled in Tiger Stadium. Boy, he tore their ass up, didn't he? What do you have, 240 yards that one game? Man, Kenny Irons he had the right constitution for that position. You know what I mean? Like, every yard was like, if you're going to try to stop me, I'm going to kill you. And he was a nice person in real life, but my God, he got on the field. Savage. Absolutely savage. Yo, Malcolm says Shivers is a Corey Grant type speed sweep guy. Agreed. Although I think, in my opinion, Corey Grant has a little more agility than Shivers. Although you could argue that Shivers has more speed than Corey Grant, but I would remind you that Corey Grant is also an extremely fast runner. So himself a state champion. I know it's in Alabama versus Florida, but himself a state champion in various sprints on the track and field side. So he's a beast. Let's see. Raven says, okay, BP4AU says, I feel like Shivers is better, I guess, than Corey Grant. Could be. Still young. And I love Worm's attitude. I love his attitude. Absolutely love it. Some reason he reminds me of John Franklin. And I really like John Franklin's attitude too. JF3, known colloquially on the bunker. I was a big fan of John Franklin too, so I don't know. Right attitude. I think Shivers is going to have a better chance to play than Franklin. Let's see. What else we got? Where could Cam end up? And that's still TBA, right? It seemed like the Chargers made sense, but I'm really surprised nothing's happened on that yet. I still feel like Cam's got a lot in the tank. Maybe other people don't feel that way about him. I don't know. I'm surprised by that. Maybe I don't follow the NFL very closely though, so maybe I don't know. Maybe you guys that follow the NFL would know more about it. Basically, if I need to know something about the NFL, which is rare, I just text Ian Rappaport and ask him, and that's about as far as it goes. Ian used to cover Mississippi State for the Jackson paper when I was just getting started over here, and he's just been really cool to me. So ask him. Awesome dude. Great guy. Hardest working dude I've ever met in this business. I'm really glad to see he's become such a beast like he is. Let's see. Leif B says Bill Simmons was talking Stidham up on his podcast. That's a telltale sign right there. Bill Simmons loves him some Patriots. Loves him anything Boston. Let's see. Yo, Malcolm says Joyner needs a chance to show what he can do. Yeah, he does. He needs it, yeah. I just don't know if Auburn needs it. I just don't know. I'm trying to think of all the people on the entire roster, regardless of position, he's probably the most confounding person on the roster. I think. I just don't understand what the deal is with him, and I don't understand, like, what do they want him to be? What does he think he needs to be? And why doesn't he get consideration for more playing time at tailback, more playing time at whatever, tight end or the big five position or H? It's just like, they can't figure out. I think the deal is he's a big dude, but I don't think he's necessarily like a rough and tumble big dude, the way that like Chandler Cox, his last 2 years anyway, was a very physical brute. Now he was an H, I get it, but he was a very physical football player. Even when he was bad as a youngster, he was still physical. I don't think Harold's real physical, and it's not a knock on him. He is what he is. I feel like he would be better as an H, but he's not physical enough to play H. I think that frustrates people within the organization, and I think that's why he doesn't get as much run as we think he should get. All right, we've got a bevy of Super Chats coming through. Sausage Broker, a.k.a. Gavin08 from the bunker, drops one. Thank you very much, sir. Says that's for the administrative assistant new bottle fund. Oh, she'll get a kick out of that. She watches the shows, too. Thank you very much. Yeah, this cat head's getting crushed. We're going to actually have on G-Pits tomorrow, those of you who watch the show, The Greatest Part in the South, that I do with Neil and my friend Gabe from two of the other rival sites. Cathead's back on as a sponsor now. They're going to be with us on G-Pits now. So, fortunately, we're really stoked about that. So, we'll be announcing that tomorrow. But appreciate that, Sausage Broker. The Cathead folks are hardworking folks, and they actually re-equipped their production line to create sanitizer. They're selling sanitizer at their website now. So, check that out. I was going to buy some the other day, but the smallest you can buy is $100. Which is a ton. You get, I think, 10 bottles. And they're big bottles. It's not like this kind of stuff. It's like a big ass. I think it's like this size right here. You get 10 of these, which is going to be enough sanitizer for a long time. But I need to get some. I really like Cathead, guys. So anyway, Sausage Broker, Gavin08. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for mentioning what your handle is. So I know exactly who I'm dealing with there. Bob himself again. Says, having a couple friends that can't access chat. Any recommendations? Asking me for help. Can't access the chat? I don't know that. Obviously, the chat is wide open. I don't have a good answer for that. I haven't banned anybody, I promise you. I'm trying to figure out what what Shocker's Ace is mentioning here. As at Chris Majors, can the cutout do Statue of Liberty and pirouettes? I didn't know if Chris was on. If he is, I missed him. Did I miss him? Chris is a beast. Oh, here he is. Yeah, I'm sorry. Chris. I didn't see you posting, bro. If Nix gets hurt, we put out a cardboard cutout of Cam. I don't want to say what Chris's handle is, but he's one of the great bunker posters. Good peoples. Knows. I'm not going to say that. It's just good people. Says, yeah, they'll hook it up with the same deal they use in Tudor electric football. So we can spin around in the backfield. Amanda correctly notes that we need to fix the offensive line for it to even matter who's in the backfield. Fair. I don't, yeah, that was one of the first things I was asked on the show tonight, and I was like, I don't know, man. I need to know who I can trust on the offensive line and the defensive line before we start talking about what Auburn can accomplish this year, because I got questions. I think y'all do too. I'm not trying to sit here and say that they don't have it. I'm just saying I don't know who they are. I don't know if I can trust Tyrone Truesdell for 40 snaps a game, and if we don't, then who? I don't know. Do I trust number 55, TD? I want to. Can Big Cat help me against the run? I don't know. Melee says Joyner could be a wheel route specialist. Yeah, the problem is that everybody else figures that out at the same time Gus does. So all of a sudden it becomes very obvious what's going on. Let's see, Pocket Watch. I'm trying to understand. Oh, you're trying to troubleshoot for Bob, aren't you? He's watching on a smart TV. When I tried to watch on my smart TV, chat didn't work. That's asking a lot of your smart TV, isn't it? I have one of those downstairs, and it doesn't work like that for me. I tried to watch Gabe and Chance the Yapper show, and the same thing. I couldn't get the chat on. But I was able to watch the show. So I would recommend, Bob, therefore, to probably push for a desktop situation if you want to get involved with the chat. That's just my opinion. Ed D, who is asking some good football questions tonight, says, JG, do you believe Nix is told where to throw the ball on the mouths on offense, or is he reading the field? We're in a transitional period here where he's kind of moving to the Chad offense. I don't think he was told where to throw it, but I think it was really kind of a 2-read situation for him, or a 1-read. Last year, I think one of the issues was that Gus was more concerned about what Nix couldn't do versus accentuating what he could do. And so I think, if you go into the Oregon game and you're like, hey, we're going to really limit the reads, I get it. First game, no doubt about it. But we got into the second half of the season, and I felt like the reads were still 1 or 2. And this is just my opinion, but it seemed like Bo had made progress by that point, and he could probably handle more. I mean, one of the reasons they signed Bo was because he's a very advanced kid in terms of understanding that side of the game. He grew up the son of a good coach, and I just don't feel like you're signing Bo Nix because he's a super fast runner, a super physical runner, or even a tremendous arm talent. You're signing him because he's very advanced and polished. So why don't you why don't you make the most of the polish and give him a chance to exploit defenses a little more deeply? Gus didn't feel comfortable doing that. Now, he may have his reasons. He's working him in practice every day, so maybe he sees things that I don't know. Gus, when he's talking with me about stuff like that, he doesn't really explain his decisions to me. He doesn't feel like he has to, and that's cool. He'll just say, we don't want to do that. He may have a good reason. Doesn't make sense to me, but that ain't my problem. So, no, I don't think he's told where to throw, but I don't think he has a lot of choices. We got a call coming in. I think I missed a few along the way, and I'm sorry for that. Caller, welcome to the show. How you doing?
What's up, JG?
Word. Who I got on the horn?
On around.
Hey, what's going on, bro?
Oh, not much, man. Not much. Just drinking the red wine tonight. I don't know why. We ate fish tonight. I don't know. Just felt like wine was the appropriate instead of drinking bourbon. So,
hey, how do I spell your last name on your handle? I always get it wrong. Is it A-U Round?
That's right, yeah.
A-U Round.
Trying to be creative.
No, it was. It's funny because it's something they always told. No, we're out there flying around. I get it, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to change. Can you change your Yahoo handler name? Username?
The one on the bunker? Hell yeah, you can. All you got to do is direct message me. I'll fix it for you.
Oh, no, I mean on YouTube, because when I post, like, my username is Rich420, and that used to be my bunkle handler, but I had to change it because of almost death threats.
Oh shit.
You know,
Yeah,
you want me
Corn.
to tell you this story?
Well, Corn can tell you how to because Corn's changed his a few times. He knows how to do it. Maybe he'll tell you here on the chat how to do that.
All right, so I work at Mercedes, and so in 2009, my bunker handler was Rich 420, and because my birthday is on 420, so yeah, I just had a birthday.
Word, happy birthday, brother.
And appreciate it. And Rich is part of my name. So, anyways, so yeah, when Alabama won, we were living at the time. Me and my wife, we decided to move close to the plant, so it was a quick 8-minute commute to work. So we were living in close to Vance, and back in 2009, when Alabama won, I was on the main board a lot, and some poster had posted, "Man, wouldn't it be funny?" This is when they said they were going to have the national championship trophy at Walmart, the Walmart on Skyland. And Jay, look, I've lived a lot of places in Alabama, and let me tell you, anybody can tell you, the Walmart on Skyland in Tuscaloosa is the most podunk Walmart there is known to man.
Yeah.
And anyways, I was reading the main board, and somebody had posted, "Man, it would be funny if somebody went and took pictures." And so let's see, 2009. I was 28 at the time. I was like, man, that would be hilarious. I need to go do that. And so I did. Me and the wife went, and she stayed in the car, and I just went in there and started taking pictures of all these Bama fans. And when I walked in, like, the trophy was presented in the front, and there was a line all the way in the back. And Jay, like, keep in mind, Walmart people now, obviously. Alabama fans, it was bad. And so I started taking these pictures, and then I got home, and the first thing I did was I posted them on the bunker. And then I went to the main board and posted a thread, and man, it was hilarious. At the time, I guess I thought it was funny, but dude, this just went like people were putting them on. I think there's a website called WalmartShoppers.com. I mean, it exploded, and then so I started getting these DMs from Bama fans, like.
Yeah.
Because I had on my profile page that I was from Altoona, which is it's a little hick town close to Aniana.
Yeah.
And these people were saying, dude, these Bama fans were like DMing me saying, dude, I know people in Aniana. I'm going to find out who you are.
Oh man.
And so I changed my handle then. And oh my God, yeah, ask Jay Lee about that. You remember, God, they found out his address and phone number, and I know he's told you those stories.
Yeah, hell yeah. It was all over that Peaches stuff, man.
Exactly, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And I think, I changed my handle, and it was one of those things. I thought it was funny in my head, but I probably shouldn't have done that shit. But
hey, have you been paying attention to this David the Wizard situation where he's trying to pull in Nikki Glaser?
Oh yeah. Actually, been fantasizing about it, kind of.
Yeah. Do you feel like if he gets it in, do you feel like you've kind of accomplished something too? Like he's on our team?
Definitely, man. It's one of those things. I don't want to say like. People her caliber go slumming.
Yeah.
But I mean, no, I would never give that dude shit about that. I mean, I know some of the posters are saying, dude, hey, she's just toying with you, but I just hope he keeps the faith and he pursues it. I mean, what do you got to lose? It's just like what your dad always told you when you were 16 years old. All she can do is say no.
That's right. And we've all been there. We've all been told no a bunch of times. I have myself.
That's right.
But, every now and then you hit a home run,
Yeah, and we're all, I'm married, you're married, we got kids, and yeah, you got to pull for guys like that.
Of course.
We can't ever do that again.
No.
So I'm pulling for the guy.
Those days are over, bro. You've been doing good. You've been doing good otherwise, bro.
Yeah. I start back work Monday.
Nice.
We're just doing one shift right now, so the other shift worked this week, and I guess everything's good. And dude, I haven't worked since March 20th, and I've been there over 15 years, so it's just, yeah, I'm ready to go back to work.
Wow.
I'm one of those people that, God, I was put on this earth to work, so I'm ready to go back. They give out masks when you go in, so yeah, give me my mask and let me make these $80,000 cars to sell.
So you believe in work, hard work. That's why you're an Auburn man. I get it, man.
That's right. Hard, yeah, hard work.
All right, flying around. Appreciate you calling in, brother. I'm glad to see you getting back to work.
Go ahead. I got one question.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right. So, talking about, what's his name now?
Harold Jordan?
I lost my train of thought. No, the freshman running back.
DJ Williams or Tank?
Tank. I'm sorry. Tank Bigsby.
Yes, sir.
So, do you compare this to kind of like 2010? Because I'm trying to remember when Michael Dyer really got the start. What game was it where he started, getting his carries?
Man, I don't remember I can't answer that right off, bro. I forget all this stuff after it happens. I mean, I remember Cam, but I don't remember Mike Dyer.
I mean, do you think that Gus, even like first game, will he, with Tank, you think he'll just ease him in, or you think he'll just throw him in there and say, hey, let's just go ahead and get him going here on these first cupcake games?
Knowing Gus like I do, he'll start somebody older first and let Tank kind of work his way in. That's what I think he'll do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the way Gus does things.
And another thing is I've been doing physical therapy since I've been off. I got a pinched nerve, but I've been seeing at my place with Chad Slade. Chad Slade's been up there a lot.
Yeah, up in Moody.
Yep.
Yeah. That's where he's at.
Yep, he's wearing. I know. I haven't had a chance to I don't want to go up to him. If we walk by each other, I've been like, "Hey, Chad, what's up?" But I don't want to be that guy to be like, hey, Chad, hey, I'm an Auburn fan. But anyway.
He's cool, man. Chad Slade's a really low-key cool dude. He won't have a problem with that, I promise you.
Okay.
Hey,
right,
we do have a request on the chat, though, asking for those pictures. If you have any more pictures of the Bama Walmart trophy, I think some folks would love to see that.
Yeah, I'll see if I still have them.
I wouldn't mind to see it myself, honestly.
Okay.
I missed it the first time through. My bad.
It was kind of bad. I mean, it was mostly old and fat people.
That's what I was expecting. Bad. I mean, that's what I was expecting. But I've seen the running of the Gumps. Yeah. That's what it looks like,
Exactly. You're exactly right.
Yeah. All right, flying around. Appreciate you. I'm glad you're getting back to work, and you're a total badass. You know that, right?
All right, man. You too, Jay.
See you, bro.
Enjoy the show, brother.
See you, man. All right, that's flying around, ladies and gentlemen. He's holding things down in enemy territory up that way. Lives near Tuscaloosa. Has to deal with that BS. Pocket Watch was asking about the Bama Walmart trophy picks. Dude, I'd like to see those myself. So if I get a hold of those, we'll make sure those get to the people that they need to get to. All right? Yeah. Pocket Watch says, no, there's no way it was old and fat people, right? Because we've seen the running of the Gumps, and it's definitely not like that. Never. Never. Sausage Broker is jumping in to back me up on the Chad Slade thing. Says Chad Slade is as good of a dude as you'll ever meet. Know him, approach him, tell him you're a fan. The guy is solid AU and all-around person. Chad Slade is as unassuming and cool as anybody I've covered at Auburn. Just really high-quality individual. Hey, caller, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Squirrel balls and overalls, dog, buddy. What's going on? Doc on the line.
Doc Dumpster. What up, bro?
Hey, let me tell you about the brain drain, buddy. bringing in freaking Papa Bear and Bull
And
with
Bull.
freaking money, cash, train city, dog.
That was a double
Great
shot.
job, baby.
That was a double shot of love right there, man. Unbelievable.
Dude, I was shocked as freaking hell. I hadn't talked to Papa Bear since this morning. I had no idea what was going on. And to bring in Bull is a freaking – let me tell you something about Bull. That sumbitch is a monster.
No
He's a
kidding.
great guy. And obviously Papa Bear is arguably, maybe not even arguably, the most popular guy in our family. Freaking great phone call. Great job.
Man, I couldn't believe I got both of those legends on the same line. Unbelievable.
Oh, my God. And then, hey, Wizzy Poo again? I mean, Wizzy Poo, great job by Wizzy Poo.
Yeah, I mean, do you believe, see, my opinion is if he closes, we all close with Nikki Glaser. Do you feel that way?
Listen, let me tell you about Wizzy Poo. I love Wizzy Poo. I think he's a great guy. I've called him, he's a cross between Dade County and freaking, L.A. But the Wizzy Poo kind of shocked me with, he's got some, real quick jargon with the comedian girl. And then he said something about sending her like a 6-page boyfriend app.
Yeah.
Did you get that part?
Yeah, hell yeah. He said she said she wanted a rundown.
So what I would tell Wizzy Poo is, and I think Wizzy Poo's, I think he's like 24 years old. He's pounding ass every night, so he's doing fine. But I would totally retract the freaking 6-page boyfriend app to the comedian. Okay, every time she walks off a show, there's probably 9.8 trillion guys that want to play with her tits. Okay, I don't think Wizzy Poo's going to get closer to her tits sending her a 6-page app. That would be but that's just me. I have no idea.
I feel the same way. I thought it was 1 page max, but he felt like he had to go. He had to be a little more comprehensive.
I'm thinking Paragraph City, baby. But go ahead.
What are you drinking tonight, brother?
I'm drinking just the usual, a little Evan Williams Green. Just a couple of pulls tonight. I had a hard working day today. A couple of pulls on Evan Williams, but a great show tonight. Like I said, when I heard Bull and freaking Papa Bear, it was just absolute money city.
We've not had Rux on though, which is been disappointing.
Well, dude, Ruxy Poo is not called in tonight.
No, and no Crocodile. I feel like
what about Crocky Poo? Is he called in?
No, but he's been very active on the chat, Doc. So we're glad to have him.
Okay. Now I do want to say this about Crocky Poo. Want to congratulate him. We had a thread last night on any family members who got laid. Well, evidently Crocky Poo, from what I heard from Pinson, and is it just me and you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Evidently, Crocky Poo literally just tore it up in the bedroom freaking last night.
No kidding.
It was supposedly somebody said 127-minute session with no breaks. And that's what I heard about Crocky Poo. And he's big buddies with Ruxy Poo, so I have no idea what's going on with Ruxy Poo tonight, but I hope he calls in.
Boy, I do too. I feel like it's not a show without Ruxman jumping in here. But
oh, God, Ruxy Poo. Ruxy Poo is the bunker. Now, let's put it this way. If Ruxy Poo does not call in, at least freaking Bull and Papa Bear held their own. They kind of took care of business.
Well, apparently those guys cleaned up on the Mennonite girls back in the day, Doc, and I hadn't really thought about that
God.
as a...
Oh, my God. Have you heard about freaking Bull? I don't want to. Bull probably is going to be pissed me for saying this. Bull spent a week in Lancaster, Pennsylvania in like 1982. And I'm going to tell you this. He got 28 sticks of butter out of it, but they got about 50 pieces of his dog out of it. That's just what I want to say, but I don't want to go any further than that.
Oh, my God. I had no idea. These are the things you learn.
Have you been to Lancaster? Hey, if you go to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, there ain't a freaking Nissan Sentra in sight. Hey, dude, it is saddles, horses, Mennonite City, and Bull spent 2 weeks there.
He got all the butter. He got all the butter he wanted, but not much else.
He got a bunch of free margarine. Don't worry, but the girls had to pay for it.
Oh my goodness! I cannot believe the incredible experiences that our bunker members have gone through the years.
Oh my! Hey,
unbelievable!
Hey, how about Alaska Tiger? He's called in like 10 times. He waits till the 10th time to say he's a freaking dentist.
I know.
How about that?
Did you hear what he said? Oh, by the way, I have a house in Puerto Rico that we go to sometimes. I was like, can I get a lamp, please?
Dude, dude, when you said lamp, I was like LEA City, man. I mean, he all of a sudden he's kind of getting sick of Alaska. All of a sudden, let me just board this little bitty plane and go to Puerto Rico for 6 months. I'm like, God dang! I mean, beautiful for him. So, but yeah, it's a great family, Jay. Anything else going on? Any kind of football, basketball, baseball news going on?
No, I think they're still just kind of in a holding pattern to see. Auburn hasn't really gone one way or another as whether they're going to be in person for classes in August.
Right.
Alabama and South Alabama have said they're planning to do that, but Auburn has kind of held back a little bit, which is fine, whatever. But
that's fine.
Until they actually make that declaration, I think that Allen Green and football are going to have to be in a holding pattern.
Yeah, I think Auburn will make that declaration. I think there's going to be about a 10-day period in July where they're going to let the college football players have the spring practice. Now, I could be wrong on this, but I think it's going to come. I think we're going to play football. I have no idea about the fans, but I think we're going to play football.
Believe me, I'm pulling for football more than anybody. I mean, hell yeah.
Right. You need it. I need it. Everybody needs it.
We all need it.
Yeah, we all need it, but I think it's going to happen. I don't know if it'll happen September 1st, October 1st, but I think barring any catastrophe in June, I think we're going to play football.
How's Hootie doing? I know a lot of people are worried about him. We haven't seen him post as much lately.
Oh, Hootie's a monster, but Hootie's doing great. I talked to him. Hootie's having best friends forever. He's doing great. Hootie's got about 20 kids, and so he is always busy. So, but no, Hootie's you won't find a better Auburn fan than Hootie in the world. And so he is absolutely doing great. And I will say this: how funny is freaking Bob Mapplethorpe?
He's good. He's a good one, isn't he?
Dude, Mapplethorpe is a monster. Him and Crocky Poo and freaking Ruxy Poo, they just cracked the living piss out of me like it's nobody's business.
Crocodile's done a hell of a job. I mean, he's jumped in there.
Crocodile.
He's funny as hell.
Obviously I think he's kind of turned into the last 2 weeks kind of the Casanova of the bunker. I mean, I think he gets laid more than anybody. Maybe not as much as Not As Short, but he gets laid. But Crocky Poo is also real big on the basketball recruiting, which is interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Bruce Pearl kind of brings that out in people. You know what I mean?
Oh, he does, but I'm saying Crocky Poo takes it to the next level. I mean,
he does.
If Bruce Pearl's looking at a third grader at freaking, Dogwood Elementary in freaking Haslam, Pennsylvania, Crocky Poo knows exactly where it is. And that is so great for our family.
Absolutely.
Same with the Barn basketball guy. A lot of good stuff.
It's all about family, Doc. I mean, as you mentioned, and I know you pushed that.
Listen, I will tell you this about Tate. I think you've caught on to this. I think you know this. The greatest thing about the bunker is family. Well, I will tell you, let's speak about family real quick, if you don't mind.
Sure.
There are people that have had problems with it. In Birmingham, there's this mask ordinance where you got to wear a mask. Okay. It is so interesting on the bunker. It can turn into a 10-page deal. Some of those guys just get pissed as shit because you got to wear a mask.
Yeah.
And some of them, like me, don't really give a shit. But it's a great family debate. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, yeah, but some people get really nasty about it, Doc.
Well, no, of course they do.
Mean.
And I think you've got to the point where you kind of send them somewhere else if they get crazy. But it's just to me, a simple point like a mask. In our family, we have so many different personalities. Some people love it, some people hate it, and it's just interesting to read.
I know. That's part of being family, though, right? You respect different opinions.
Oh, yeah. And you've got a tough job. You've got to handle it all, but you do a great job with it. Like I said, the Bunker family is – there's nothing better than the Bunker family. We'll say that till the day is long. But I'd love to go because I know you got more callers. But, Tate, we love you, brother. Great show tonight, and keep doing what you do, brother.
All right, Doc. Appreciate you, bro. See you next week.
Take care, brother.
See you, man. Look at that Doc Dumpster right there. First ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt. Drinking that green label, Evan Williams, tonight. I'm drinking this Larceny. Did not think it would affect me that much. And even if it's 123 proof, because, I'm JG, I drink bourbon. That's what I do. But I'm feeling it a little bit. Not going to lie about it. I don't know about 1 a.m. beaches. Oh, wait, we got some work to do here. Hold on. I've been taking calls here, and a couple super chats came through, and I did not shout them out as I should have. Stu Pup 74, one of our super duper badass Hall of Fame kick-ass peoples who are always here for us, Says a little late to the chat. We've been celebrating my son's 6th birthday. Happy birthday to Stu Pup Jr. I may be crazy, but I think Joyner could be a tailback in Chad's offense. We're going to see. You know, Chad's coming in with a new set of eyes, and he'll make his own decisions about that. If Harold Joyner doesn't get going in this offense, he probably needs to bounce, though, right? I mean, for reals. Anyway, Stu Pup, you're a badass, and you know that. Thank you very much. Raven, coming through, Raven P., who is always in our chats, says, for all the super chats I should have sent, thanks for keeping quarantine interesting, JG. Appreciate all that you do. Raven, you're a badass. You're always here for us in the chats and whatnot, and thank you very much for jumping in on that. Web W, another one who is with us all the time. Big time super chatter, big time chatter, says, just got here. Always good to have Doc on the horn, of course. We love Doc Dumpster. Oh, we got a call coming in. Hey, caller, welcome to the show. How you doing?
What up, JG?
Word, who I got on the horn?
D Lucky.
Hey, what up, man? How you been?
Good, man. You?
Well, I've had a great show tonight because we've been talking about David the Wizard, and I love talking about David the Wizard.
Yeah, he's grown on me. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he grows on you, man. And I feel like he's out there just doing the things that I would want to do if I was his age, you know?
100%. I'm rooting for him. I'm 100% rooting for him.
I just
but
don't
he's
know.
got to cut that damn. He's got to cut that app down to 1 page, though.
Oh my God! He said 6 pages.
I mean, he's keeping true to himself, but this is one of his weaknesses that he's just got to understand. This could be a nice prop for him. This might actually be something to set him apart from the other people sending her DMs, and he's gonna fuck it up
By just explaining way too much, right?
Yeah. It seems like he's got her. He's nibbling. It appears she's nibbling. He's about to hit her over the head with a club. I mean, she's gonna go the other way. She's not coming back for that bait. So I think if he scales it down to 1 page, he might be able to work this into something a little different than most. Set himself apart.
Are you with me on this concept, though? If he gets it in, we all get it in?
100%.
Yeah.
We're on the David the Wizard team right now, baby.
Absolutely. I'm on Team David the Wizard 100%. He says he's got some girl named Haley he's set up for tonight. I don't know. I don't know if that's a designated hitter or what.
I don't mind that. I mean, he's got to be aspirational with the Glaser stuff, but he's still got to play some home games.
Yeah, that's true. You got to play some non-con, right?
Yeah, he's got to be ready. He's got that's playoff city down the road. He's got to play a couple of home games to get himself ready.
You been drinking tonight at all, D Lucky?
A little bit. Got some made some margaritas. It was Mexican night in the D Lucky household.
Oh, word, me too.
Did some
it's good for you.
Some guac and some tacos and some margaritas. All went well together.
My lady loves some Mexican food now, so that's always a good choice in my house.
Dude, that's one of the things I really do miss with all this, is just going to a good Mexican restaurant and just sitting down and just enjoying the atmosphere.
Yeah,
that'll be one of the first things I do.
You're up in North Alabama right now, right?
Yep, in Madison.
Madison, got you. All right. But you're actually from You're from Lower Alabama for reals, though, right?
Yes,
yeah,
Mobile, born and bred.
That's right. Got you.
So I didn't run into any mini nights back in my day.
Me neither.
But I feel like I missed out for sure.
Yeah, I actually had to Google that because I wasn't 100% sure what they were talking about. Although I saw the jokes in the chat about the ankles, they're only showing ankles, so I figured it was the chicks in the long dresses. But I didn't know any girls like that. No,
I think I might have known some, but I think I just was reading those signals wrong. Apparently,
yeah,
I just missed out.
You see,
somebody brought some.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to switch up on you. A little bit of football talk.
Yeah,
just for a second.
Let's hear it.
Sean Shivers.
Mm-hmm.
I think Shivers, like that hit in the Iron Bowl, like the worst possible thing for him. Shivers seeks contact. He has this chip on his shoulder when he runs that he intentionally hits people to prove that he can run over them versus running around them.
Interesting.
It is the oddest thing about his running style. If you go back and just watch him, he will seek out contact. And I'm like, you don't have to prove yourself, man. You made it. You're D1. Just get in the end zone.
But
it worked it worked in the Iron Bowl. It was perfect for that moment.
Yeah.
But there are other runs, if you go back and look over the season, where you just see him go, if you just a little bit of wiggle. Not a whole bunch. I mean, I think he's got more wiggle than Corey Grant, but he never uses it.
Yeah, it's almost like he wants to have a graphic hit like that. He wants to recreate that Xavier McKinney hit. He's going to want to do that, isn't he?
Every single time.
Yeah.
I think it's the worst possible thing for his running style that he's going to kind of make that replay happen every time he runs the ball.
Yeah, but he might
as
get away
opposed
with
to getting
some of
the other. He might get away with a couple times, but I think he's going to leave some 30, 40-yard runs out on the field and have an 8-yard run where he just knocks somebody over.
That's an interesting concept there. I hadn't thought about it that way. It's good stuff.
It's just my brother and I talk about it all the time. We love his attitude about running the ball. It's just I think it limits him. Hopefully Cadillac can get it out of him this year. We'll see.
I just feel like Sean's kind of limited anyway, but maybe that's just what he's meant to be. It's just that guy that just pops somebody in the mouth. I don't know. But your point's a good one, though. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I think there are other folks that can do it. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to knock somebody from being hard-nosed.
Word. Never.
It's just that I think he could be way more effective if he, mixed up his running a little bit. Just a little.
You have these questions that I do about the defensive line, too. I mean, do you believe that Truesdale's going to be this absolute beast? I don't know, man.
I don't know if he's going to be that. I don't know if we need that, though. I think the bigger questions on the other side, of course, is offensive line.
Word.
I think defensive line will be good enough. I think our defense is good enough that we could have a B defensive line and be pretty effective in most games. I'm like you. I think the linebackers are going to be great. I'm pretty excited about the secondary, even though they're young. Offensive line, though, that's a crapshoot. Then the second part of the offensive line is, what's the new guy bring coaching-wise? Can he, put together something with some baling wire and some twigs and pull together something that works? Or is it going to be, an absolute mess? If he's able to get something –
I doubt it's going to be a mess.
Go ahead.
I doubt it's going to be a mess because I believe in Chad. I think he's going to figure something out. But you're right to question all this stuff.
Yeah, Chad's next. Chad's like the next level of all of it. I think Chad probably has enough creativity to mask weaknesses on the offensive line. It's just if we can minimize those weaknesses by having a decent offensive line, I think that just makes Chad that much more effective.
Word. I think, yeah, you're right. If that all works out, I think Chad's going to figure it out. I do. But we'll see what happens on that end.
Yeah, we will. Hopefully we'll get to see it.
D-Lucky, you're a badass. I'm so glad you call in every week now, and that needs to continue.
It will, bro. I love it. Keep doing it. Like I said, I've been listening since you started these, and just started calling in. But I love listening in. So
all right, man. You behave yourself out there, bro.
I'm gonna do it, man. You stay safe.
All right, see ya.
All right, see you, Pete.
That's D-Lucky. Kind of new on the calling scene, but doing a hell of a job, in my opinion. Makes a great point about Sean. Hadn't thought about it that way. Will that lick against Xavier McKinney make him want to just recreate that over and over and over again? It's a great question. It's a great question. Great question. I hadn't thought about it that way. We've in the chat, we've got Jake, and I want to get Jake on the horn because I talked to Jake about getting him on the horn. So I'm going to call. Oh, damn. Sorry about that. So I'm going to get Jake on the horn here. Oh, damn. Hold on. I think I might have gotten your number wrong. Hold on, Big Daddy. Get me on the bunk. Ooh, I'm glad There we go. Oh, we're going to get Jake on the horn here.
Hello?
Yo, who this?
Yo, new number. Who this?
What's up, Big Daddy?
What is up, Jay Tate? I'm loving the drain, man. I'm liking the vibe. It's good vibes in here.
Yeah, we just keep it real low key and just have fun with it. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, hey, look, it's all good in the hood, man. I'm sipping my own little I don't know if you've heard of it. It's from Anheuser-Busch. It's called Bud Light. It's not as fancy as yours, but it's getting the job done.
I'm drinking out of this South Alabama Jaguars shot glass too. And
oh yeah, rep the city, Jay.
I know you care about that area because you're from that area, and you also coached there for a minute too.
Yes. You know, I spent a lot of my life down there, and I loved it. Obviously, being close to the beach and all that stuff, and it being a big city. Auburn is home, though. You know, Auburn is home. When I think of home, it's Auburn. But Mobtown, it was a good time, man. Played a little baseball and did my thing down there for a little bit. So it was a good deal.
Word. Tell me about this podcast you got going now, man. You kind of gotten into that, huh?
Yeah, you know, I actually, after 9 years, man, I got out of coaching, decided, and then this quarantine thing happened. It was kind of a weird coincidence, but just did it for a while, man, grew up around it, and I'd always have, man, I got, all the time I got buddies from back home, Auburn fans and some Alabama fans that always ask me 35,000 questions pretty much every week, and one of them was like, hey, man, you know, we're always asking you this. You ought to just start doing a podcast and just talk about your experiences and stuff like that. So I did, and it's going really well so far. And you let me drop it in the bunker, man. That definitely helped. But it's called the J-Boy Show, and I love doing it, man. It's SEC West, really. But it's just kind of talking about the things I know. One of the 4 things that I do know.
Yeah, you've been coaching a minute now. What kind of led you out of coaching?
Man, to be honest with you, Jay, you know, I grew up in a house with a coach.
Obviously.
You know, and to be honest, I really didn't know my dad until I was about 6 or 7 years old because, you know, he's on staff with Terry Bowden in Auburn and stuff like that. And I just, you know, I lived it as a kid. I did it for 9 years as an adult. And, you know, it's not burnout is the thing. It's just, and every job's stressful. You know, coaching is just another job that's stressful. Everybody has a stressful job. But, man, just the rat race, I just kind of decided to take a step back from a little bit. You know, I've just been blowing and going for 9 years straight. And it's actually been kind of nice and, you know, hoping to do this a little bit and see how far it goes. And I really enjoy it. And it's something that I know. And like I said, it's fun.
Now you've been coaching some different places, not in the Southeast. You were most recently way up. You were in Montana. Is that right?
Yeah, man, I was, it's funny your boy brought up the Mennonite story. I got the funniest one you'll ever hear in your life.
Oh, snap. All right.
Yeah, well, just before I get into that, so I was at South, basically quality control at South, for about 3.5, 4 years. Went from there to Jones County Community College in Mississippi. I was on Last Chance U every season. It's hilarious. I feel like I should get at least like slimed on Nickelodeon or something, like get an invite into the ESPYs or something. And was undefeated on there, believe it or not. But I went from Mississippi to Kansas, Fort Scott, Kansas, which if you don't know where Fort Scott, Kansas is, you're about square with 99.9% of America. I went from Fort Scott, Kansas. Oh, God, literally, you take a left, and I think it's the interstate to get to hell. But I went from there to Council Bluffs, Iowa, at Iowa Western, which was unbelievable. It was right across the water from Omaha. It's just everything that you'd want as a 23, 24-year-old. Went from Iowa Western to literally Havre, Montana, and it's about 40 miles from the Canadian border. And I saw 2 grizzlies fight in the middle of a road that people were on. It was really interesting. But my Mennonite story is and again, I can't remember if it was exactly Mennonites or another branch. I don't know, not like the Branch Davidians, but like another offshoot of that. So there was this thing when I got up there. One of the things they told me was, hey, man, you're going to see, you know, people that are wearing clothes that kind of look like pilgrimish a little bit. And I'm not trying to make fun of them. This is the only way I know how to describe it. So I was like, okay. And he was like, if they approach you, it's a good thing. And I was like, what's this dude talking about? And it was our wide receivers coach. He's like, let me explain to you. He said, so apparently the coach before me, they have a problem with getting, you know, they obviously want to keep their branch going, religion going, so they want more kids, but they want to branch out. They want their genetics to branch out. They don't want incest, obviously. So they went up to the the coach before me in the middle of Walmart, and they gave him what's called the golden handshake. I don't know if you ever heard about this.
No.
Have you ever heard about the golden handshake? Okay. It's where if you will go and impregnate one of their women, they offer you $80,000 in cash. Because the funniest part was these people weren't like Amish people. They weren't rolling up in wagons. These people dressed like Amish people, but they're rolling up in F-350s. Like, they don't pay taxes. Like, they're rich. Like, they go into Walmart and they're loading up 3 or 4 carts full of stuff and offering golden handshakes left and right. So every time I went into Walmart and I saw one, I would try to flex a little bit, something, maybe because I guess they look for a certain type of person. I guess I didn't fit it.
Yeah.
I guess they weren't looking for unbelievably good looking brown hair, blue eyed guys. But I don't know. It's just crazy. $80,000 for $80,000, JG. And apparently like this whole thing, like you don't know who the other person is. You go in this room. I'm not going to get into it, but they told me all about it. It's crazy, but unfortunately it never happened to me.
Yeah. If you had been approached there, you would have definitely gone for that, right?
Oh, it's a full send. It's a full send. Without a doubt.
All right.
I'm not looking at anyone in the eyes until I'm done, and then I'm leaving. Show me the money first. I want to see the money first. I won't look anybody in the eyes. Nobody knows names.
Yeah.
We'll have a safe word, and I'll leave.
My name's Jay Lee. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, my name's Jeffrey Lee, and I live at this address.
That's good stuff, Jake. You're the man, dude.
It's true story, man. True story. It had me geeking when you brought it up.
I miss hanging out with you, man, because I was still at the Advertiser when you were here. I guess you were like an intern.
Yeah.
Or what were you doing here?
Dude, yeah. I mean, I was a broadcast journalism major in college.
Yeah.
So my plan was dude, I got offered that job working for Rivals. Jay offered it to me when I was a junior in college. So it was kind of when I just got into coaching, and my dad told me, because it was a decent amount of money to be making as, the age that I was making. And my dad, I don't even know who my dad was, but he's Kirk Curry, the All-American linebacker at Auburn, the only person I've ever been afraid of. And he literally told me if I didn't take the job, he wasn't going to let me see anybody else in our family again. So
Damn.
it was great. I loved it. I took it, just and then all the stuff happened obviously with him after that. And it's a story. That's a story for another day, but I loved it, man. Jeff was great to me. And, it's something where I'm passionate about it. I enjoy writing too. And like I said, I enjoy doing the podcast, and it's something I've grown up with. And I mean, my dad had me when I was 11 years old, sitting in front of the TV, watching his old games. And he was literally having me explain to him why literally Bama running the power wasn't working in 1988. So,
yeah.
It was our bread and butter growing up. I was either outside playing, or we were watching old tapes of games, or we were watching games or doing stuff like that. So it was really a way of life from where I was. So I try and use that perspective on the podcast. And again, like I said, I'm not saying I know more than everybody or I'm smarter than anybody else, but it's just like if I want to know something about being a dentist, I'm probably going to ask somebody that was a dentist for 9 years.
Word.
So, it's just
Absolutely.
real recognize real, JG. You know how it rolls, dog.
Absolutely.
By the way, if Dave the Wizard's 6'5", 200 pounds, then I'm 6'8", 245. There's no way, Dave. And look, I think he's hilarious. I thought so. Was no way he's 6'5", 200.
He's gonna get it in, Jake. I promise you, he's gonna get it in.
Look, I am rooting for this guy. Like, I didn't even know this existed, like this whole situation with him, until I saw this, and I am his biggest supporter. And the only thing is, you can't send 6 pages to the chick.
No.
She's like super famous. You got to come in. You may need to be a dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell her to be like, oh wait, I thought you were way hotter in this special than it was in the other one. Maybe she'll go for that. But 6 pages, dude, you're just a fanboy.
Yeah.
Like, she's gonna look at you like a fanboy. You got to dangle the bait a little bit, dog.
1 page at most. And D Lucky was with me on that.
1 page. It should have been 3 words, and I'm not going to say those words. And they're not "I love you." Let's just put it that way. If you're really trying to make it play with this super famous chick, you gotta really be out there throwing some hella haymakers left and right.
Absolutely. On the J-Boy podcast, obviously you guys love talking about basketball recruiting and stuff. Kind of give me your opinion on where you think they can finish now.
Yeah, and again, the basketball recruiting thing is, it's really one of the only things going now. So, I really honestly believe, JG, since they took away the ACT and the SAT requirement for this year, and I don't know 100% how that factors into reclassifying, but if I'm speaking about Jonathan Kuminga, because I really do think if he reclassifies, Auburn's got a very good chance. If he doesn't, I think he's going straight to the G League. I think it's a G League special. But if it's in the 2020, I think it comes down to probably Auburn, maybe Kentucky and Texas Tech. I know he has a brother at Texas Tech, but if I'm Jonathan Kuminga, or if I'm one of the big guys left out there, and I'm looking at going to college, I've made the choice, hey, man, I'm going to go to college. And I'm looking at trying to expand my brand because I know he's not trying to play for more than 1 year in college. He probably won't even go to a class. That's fine. Do what you do. But if I'm looking at a place where I can go that's now a high-profile place, which Auburn is, in my opinion, it is at this point. I mean, people are getting upset about not signing the number 2 and 3 player in the country. I think we can go ahead and say that Bruce has brought it to a high-profile level.
Yeah.
But if I'm looking at Auburn's roster, because the main thing these guys look at, that's why I always, and being a part of it, you know, you kind of understand it. These kids care way more about the depth chart than they care about any family feeling that you give them. I'm going to go ahead and just break that myth right now. If they think they can come in and play, they're going to come in and play. I don't care how many of grandma's pies you fed them or how many relationships they have there. If they're a high-profile kid and they think they can come in and play and get great exposure and get out, they're going to come. And I think Auburn offers that for Jonathan Kuminga because you just look at the roster. I mean, at the end of the day, could Kuminga play the 3? Yes. Could Kuminga play the 4, Jay? I bet he could. But I think if you went to Auburn, I think Reed's going to run the point, and I think Kuminga would be the guy at the 2. I think Bruce has built this recruitment just the same way he built the recruitment around Jalen Green and Greg Brown. And with Jalen Green, I mean, you're fighting with a limp sword. You can't offer him $500,000.
No.
I don't know about anybody else in this chat, but if you offer me $500,000 to do what I love and to train at it before I go to the place that I need to go, I'm going to take it. I don't care. And he did, and I think that was smart. But at the end of the day, these kids are looking for exposure, especially in basketball because there's less players on the roster, which means it's easier to plug and play guys early. I really think Auburn finishes with Jonathan Kuminga, and I think they finish with Dylan Cardwell. And anybody that gets upset about Auburn signing Dylan Cardwell, holler back at me in 2 years, and I guarantee you will have totally reversed your opinion. Because if Auburn signed Dylan Cardwell, Jay, I'm going to say 2 years ago, people would be freaking out happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the dude's he's 6'10". He played on the same team with your All-American 5-star point guard. Now, is his offensive game a little raw? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But the beautiful part about it is him being able to come in and play behind somebody. He doesn't have to come in and be the guy. Jonathan Kuminga has to come in and be the guy at the end of the day. And that's my opinion. So I think they close. That's a long-winded way of saying I think they close with Kuminga, and I think they close with Cardwell, and I think it's a damn good class, and I think Chris Moore is unbelievably underrated, and he's not Flanagan. I don't know why everybody thinks that everybody from Arkansas is the same player.
Yeah.
He's not Flanagan. I've watched the kid play. He's better out of high school than Flanagan is. That's my opinion, but I think if you watch the tape, it's pretty obvious to see.
Word. Jay Crane, you're an absolute beast. We love having you on the show, man.
Hey, I appreciate it, Jay, and you do a hell of a job, man. I really appreciate it, and thank everybody for listening.
And your podcast is the J Boy Show. You can find that.
The J Boy Show, yep.
Yeah, you can find that on your. I know it's on. I listen to it on Spotify, but it's on other places too.
Yeah, it's on everything, man. I did it through it sends it to all platforms, so it's on Apple Podcasts and on Anchor and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm getting some brand new equipment in, man. So it's getting real. So we'll see how it goes.
All right, man. Jake, it's awesome talking to you, bro.
Appreciate it, bro, and keep doing it, man. Stay safe, and God bless.
All right, see you, man.
All right, bro.
Jay Crane, he would be a first ballot Hall of Famer too, but for different reasons. Not because he's a great caller or whatever. Well, his call was great, but his first time on the show. But Jake's, man, when I was at the Advertiser and I was ready to go, Jake was here as an intern, and Jay Lee had him doing some team stuff, and so I spent some time with Jake back in the day, hanging out with him, and he's a funny dude, and obviously great caller, really good stuff there. So appreciate you for being on the show, Jake. Web W, I didn't give you the full Monty earlier for your super chat. You said just got here. Always great to have Doc on the horn. You were super chatting when Doc was calling in. Doc's obviously the best. So thank you for your support, Web. You're the man. Let's see. Hornacious super chat says, spike your hair, do the truffle shuffle, and take a shot. Man, I don't want to do the truffle shuffle, bro. I don't want to do that. I'm not like Chunk. But I will spike my hair as best I can. And of course, if you'd like for me to take a shot, I mean, I'm here for it. There it is, brother. I'll give you that. And now, of course, I'll take a shot for you. Hornacious for you, bro. This one is for you and your wifey and your offspring and for that sweet new house you have, bro. Looks awesome. Love it. That's for Hornacious right there, bro. And let's see what else we got. Web W with another one. Appreciate you. A second super chat there, bro. New odds on football season. I don't know how I feel about football season just yet. I think I missed Ruxpin right then. I'm sorry if I did, Ruxy. You know I would never do that on purpose. I just had it. I clicked off. Holler back at me. I'll pick you up. I don't know, man. There's just so many questions, dude. You know, is Gus going to let Chad do his thing? Is the offensive line going to be any good? I mean, I don't know, man. Raven says, JG, what hair products are being used during? I guess you mean during the pandemic? I use Bumble and Bumble. Yeah, Bumble and Bumble. Get that from my girl Emily at the salon. Emily S. She gets me. She understands me. She was my second because my first stylist just wasn't really, she wasn't doing it for me. Her vision of what my hair needed to be and what my vision of what my hair needed to be were not in sync. And really, at the end of the day, it's it's my hair. Raven wants to see the bottle. Here we go. So we started. Now, I want you to understand something, Raven, before you give me hell and say, man, you only have like a quarter of that bottle gone. Look at the proof on that, big boy. Oh, my God. Look at that. 123 proof. Okay? So this stuff really, really packs some punch. Okay? Bob, listen, man, I'm not dissing Rux, man. If he calls in again, I'll pick him up. I'm sorry. I just missed him right then. It was my bad. Totally my bad. That's totally my bad. That's totally my bad. Warwick says, we got to get them roots done for you, JGT. I know, man. I know. That's where we is. But we're still, I think here in Alabama, you're in Alabama too, so you know. But I think we're still a couple weeks away from that. At least 10 days away, I would reckon. Maybe it's less. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a week. I'm kind of looking forward to it, honestly. I mean, because here's the thing. I want to talk to y'all about my hair thing. Okay, so obviously my hair's weird. And I get my hair colored, and y'all don't. Most of y'all. Almost all y'all. And you think it's weird, and I get it. That's fine. I deserve to be shit on for this. Okay? I get it. Here's the thing. So when I go into the salon, every single... Oh, hold on. Ruxpin's calling. I want to get back to this about the salon, though. Seriously, I got a point to make here. What's going on, caller? Is this Ruxy Poo?
It's Ruxy Poo. How you doing, JG?
Ruxy's in the hizzle. What up, Rux? How you been, brother?
I've been good, man. I'm a little overboard on drinking today, though.
Well, when did you start?
I had a late night last night, so I started around like 1 or so when I woke up today. Maybe, like 1:30. I don't know.
You know, I like to give my daughter hell for getting up at 1 o'clock, but you know what? Maybe you're making a point here.
Well, I mean, I was up pretty late last night. We're talking like
Did you close?
Sunrise, nap time.
Did you close?
I did not close. I know Doc and Coach all them were asking me about that last night, but no, not last night. Not last night. It's not been good streak for me during
quarantine.
This whole lockdown, honestly. Yeah.
Does the lockdown hurt it? Does it make it harder to get it done?
I don't know, man. I'm kind of like a lazy person in general, and so like I haven't been like going out of my way. You know, I've been on. I'm on some of those apps, like my man
David,
Wizzy
Poo, yeah.
But you know, I don't know. I'm not like the best texter in the world, so it's like hard for me to keep up on those apps. And
yeah.
I don't know what shit's going on right now. Also, I think I've gained about 15 pounds. So,
hey, do you think
I'm trying to wait?
Do you think David's going to get it in with Nikki Glaser?
Fuck no. Do you? I think she's just being nice, honestly.
6 pages. He sent her a 6-page fucking. I'm cussing. My bad. He sent her a 6-page thing about why he's awesome. Come on, man. 6 pages.
He sent. Was that like his football analytics thread?
I hope not. God, I hope not. I hope he was talking about how big his. No, I better not go into that.
I hope he got analytical on it. He's like, all right, so this is 30% of people with the dick the size of mine, blah blah blah. Like
I was gonna go there. I didn't want to say it, but
you could really break it down.
We got some folks in the chat. Rux says you need. I'm sorry, D Lucky says you need a slump buster.
A slump. I don't know, man. I can't get into it. I can't get my little Rux warrior up for slump buster sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying.
I don't know, girl. I can't just get after some nasty thing. Like, I don't know. I just don't do that. But you know what? Maybe I will. I don't know.
I don't know what this means, but Corny says Clorox wipes for a handy to get it started, oral for toilet paper. What does that mean?
Maybe he's saying I could start offering my cleaning supplies to ladies of the street of Atlanta.
I don't know if that would help.
I could probably get something in if I trade some of these Clorox wipes, but I mean, should I trade them? Is it worth it?
No, it's not worth it. It's never worth it. No, you're going to get played.
I don't. Oh yeah, I mean, JG, I've been played a few times. Not the way Nikki's playing old Davey right now, but I've been there before. I did want to say, sorry, I haven't listened to much of tonight's show, but
Sure.
I'm going to re-listen to it. I was on a call, but I listened to D Lucky's call.
Yeah.
And shit. He said, what was he talking about? He made a great point, and God.
Was it about football?
Right now. Yeah, he was.
It was about Sean Shivers.
He was talking about Sean Shivers. So I kind of agree to that because it's like, Willie Mays Hayes, and you ever seen Major League?
Of course.
The movie. When he would hit a home run or try to hit a home run. So I think he made a good point on that. Like, Sean Shivers needs to, and I'm trying not to rag on him or anything. Like, that was a great play, but he needs to, play his game. You know what I mean? Like, Willie Mays Hayes would try to swing for the fences, and that old coach, he was like, hey, you got to do 10 push-ups every time you hit a pop fly, because you're a bunt guy, you're a speed guy, you need to be tearing up the base pass.
What do you think? What do you think Sean ought to be doing? What's he made to do?
So I don't really know. I think we talked about that before. I think he's a speed guy, and you said before, he's not really a cut guy.
No.
He's more of a straight line runner.
Right.
So, I mean, I think those jet sweeps wouldn't be terrible for him, but I don't want him to go after the contact. You know what I mean? To replay that, which I think is what D Lucky was saying.
Yeah. I think he's the one.
I think you made a great point.
Yeah.
But yeah, JG, I've been rambling too long. I'm sorry, man.
No, you're the man, dude. You're welcome on these airwaves all the time.
All right, word, brother. Well, I love you. I love Jay Lee. Love B. Matt. Nate King doing his thing. He's a freaking Auburn alum. Tell that boy I love him. And I'll talk to you boys later.
All right, Rux. Appreciate you, bro. There he goes. Ruxpin. Absolute beast. He has been so good on the show. I feel like he just kind of wandered in one day, and he's been terrific ever since. So glad to have him and Doc and Ruxy Poo and Stutzy's been talking about calling in. Got a whole crew there. Papa Bear and Bull had them on as a double shot earlier today. It's been a pretty incredible show. I mean, let's be real about it. We've had a couple of super chats come through. I was still talking about Web Waters. I had a thing about the salon I wanted to talk about. Leif, who is one of our friends that comes over from the Rebel Groves with Neil and Chance the Yapper. But I feel like Leif's just kind of belongs in our family too. Says, worst part of being bald is not getting a nice-looking woman to wash my hair anymore. Oh, you know what I was talking about, too. Appreciate you, Leif, picking me up on the Revenge of the Nerds, like within an hour of the show last week. It was incredible. Hey, caller, welcome to the show. How you doing? Who I got on the horn?
Hey, Stutzman.
Stutzy Poo, what up, bro?
Sorry, my computer's a little bit behind my phone.
Yeah, it's
so
just
I
a
was
little bit
thrown
behind.
off there. My bad.
It's all good, bro. Welcome to the show. Your first time calling.
How you doing, man?
Well, since it's your first time, I'm going to pour a shot just for you, Stutzy.
All right, I will accept that.
Folks who are watching on the show, this is Stutzman23 from the bunker. He's an absolute beast.
I called in right after you gave me the little shout out after Ruxy Poo there, so I don't know how far behind I am, but
I just had a shot in your honor, dude, and it's 123 proof, so that stuff hits hard, bro.
man, I'm impressed you're still awake.
So what's been going on with you, Stutzy? I'm glad you called in. What do you think about the show?
I enjoy the show. I'm glad you're keeping us entertained during this boring period of time here.
Yeah, it is kind of.
I'm just sitting at home. Me and Boom here on the couch. That's not Will Muschamp. That's my dog.
Boom.
But we're all's good here. I hope all's well with you as well.
Well, hell yeah, you can see where I am. I'm in a pretty good spot here. I've been drinking liquor and talking to my favorite people.
Some good bourbon, and there ain't much more to ask for right now.
We got a great community at auburnsports.com on the bunker, and as you know, we've been taking calls all night because everybody kicks ass, and I just love talking to folks on the horn. And you, Stutzy, I'm so glad you called in because you've been talking about it. You've had a couple things that have interfered with the show the last couple weeks, but I'm glad you're able to make it this time, bro.
Yeah, I've been going a little back and forth between my place and Athens, and so it's nice to be back home and just to sit around drinking beer by myself and chat with you folks.
Well, hell yeah. I mean, we all love drinking beer and chatting. You know what I mean?
And not being in Athens is always a plus as well.
I've been asking everybody that calls in this, but I mean, do you feel like David the Wizard? Do you think he's going to get it in?
I don't even know if he's real, but I like the guy. He cracks me up. I didn't expect. Once I heard him talk to you, it was a little different. Like his posting style really made me laugh. But then
yeah.
Then he just seemed like he was actually being serious a little bit when he talked to you.
Yeah, I feel like that's real Dave. I think that's David, man. I think he really thinks he's going to try to hit this, man. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, he found some, random girl on Tinder. You may as well go after some celebrity too, right?
Yeah, he's just hitting singles here locally, but he's going for the home run with Nikki Glaser. But here's the problem, Stutzy.
I mean,
I don't know if you heard the show.
I'm kind of like Rux.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of like Ruxy though. I'm like, I don't know about the whole just DM game. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, it can get cheesy in a hurry. And did you hear him? He said he sent a 6-page letter about why he's a great candidate to bang, I guess, or
I've read contracts at work that are less than 6 pages. Like, I mean, what the hell? Like, what does he have to ask her? Like, he should say everything's fine as long as she's going to agree to it.
Right. 6 pages. It should be 1 page, Stutzy.
He should not be the one asking for unreasonable things. It's the other way around would make sense.
See what I mean? I'm glad you're thinking like I am. That means I'm not wrong.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he keeps me entertained though, so I can't complain about old Dave.
All right, so who's your crew on the bunker? Seems like the Doc Dumpster, Ruxpin, Crocosile, they seem to really like you, Stutzy.
Yeah, those are my guys. I mean, who doesn't love Doc? And then, I got Croc and Ruxy and Alpha and Papa Bear, all those guys, man.
Yeah, we had Papa Bear and Bull on at the same time earlier tonight. It's crazy.
Man, that was. I mean, I was getting enough alcohol in me to be ready to call you, and then those two called in. I couldn't follow that.
No, it's tough. Those guys are incredible.
I mean,
yeah. All right. Well, so how long have you been on the bunker?
I actually was on Auburn Sports or whatever it was back when I was in high school, just to follow recruiting. Back when I thought that was the most important thing in the world. But I've been playing around in the bunker since I was at Auburn. From probably, I started in 2004, and I probably started playing on the bunker around 2004, 2005, something like that.
God dang, you've been here a minute, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, what else do I have to do when to waste time at work, right?
Yeah, me too.
I wish I could get paid to just bunker. I mean, sometimes I kind of feel like it do, but
yeah, I know. Well, we love having you here on the community, man. Is there anything you want to talk about tonight specifically?
Love being here. I got one question for you.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, it could be something that. I mean, it's probably something that's a lot more take too long to really get into, but I was wondering with the whole getting paid for their likeness deal, with the NCAA now, how does that impact your amateur status? I know for football, baseball, basketball, that really doesn't matter, but when you think about the other sports like tennis and golf, I know we don't think they matter, but I mean, they would go after a Tiger Woods. They would go after an elite tennis player.
Yeah.
Would that make them not an amateur anymore?
It's going to be tricky, man. I got a lot of questions myself, and then I got to run by like Rich McGlynn and Alan Green because this is just so far out of left field for me.
I think everybody looks at it just from a football standpoint, and it's they should, Cam Newton should be paid, and I agree, but I think it's a lot more difficult when you think of maybe Jovan Rabula is going to get, paid, and does that mean he can't be an amateur at the Masters next year?
Yeah, it's going to be tricky. I don't know how that works out.
Yeah.
It's going to be tricky.
That was the one thing that stood out to me because, my dad played tennis at Auburn, and, people don't know anybody that plays tennis or golf, but there would be one or two in certain places that would be, giving money, and that could really change how the whole system works.
It sure is going to change a lot, man.
I mean it's kind of like the G League thing with basketball, I guess. I mean, suddenly they're no longer amateurs. They might be able to play college, but they wouldn't be able to play the U.S. amateurs.
It's going to be thorny,
which kind of confused me a little bit on that.
It's going to be thorny, Stutzy. We got a lot of questions to ask.
I feel like the NCAA is just kind of saying what everybody wants them to say, and not really talking about the implications. I guess is what I'm getting at.
It's going to be wide-ranging implications.
NCAA for you.
Yeah, they don't really. Sometimes I think the NCAA just gets in a hurry to make certain people happy.
They pretty much make their own rules.
Yeah,
but
they do.
I guess that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, that's part of it.
As long as they're not after us.
I don't like the NCAA very much, Stutzy. I'm going to be honest with you, bro.
No, I'm not a huge fan either. But I will say I do like Rich McGlynn and what he does when the NCAA comes calling.
Rich McGlynn is a total badass, and for some reason there's a segment of the bunker, Stutzy, who thinks that Rich is a bad guy.
Is the one that gets me more than anything, man.
That he gets shit on?
Yes, that one just bothers the shit out of me because 2010 doesn't happen without Rich McGlynn.
That's right. Dude, I love Rich McGlynn. I don't understand it either. It pisses me off.
He's a good dude, in my opinion. He seems. I mean, every time I've encountered him, he's easy to talk to. He's, that one just gets me. I don't know. But anyways, man, I'm gonna go back to drinking beer and listening to other folks. And thanks for doing what you do. And I appreciate it, man.
All right, Stutzy Poo, you behave yourself, bro.
All right, appreciate it, JG.
See you, man.
All right.
There he is. He popped his cherry. Stutzy Poo called in. Good stuff, man. Good caller. Quality caller. Quality poster. I know Ruxy Poo and Crocodile and Doc Dumpstuff, if he's out there, very, very proud of him for calling in. Because, sometimes it's not easy calling in, even though JG, I'm speaking to myself in the third person, makes it easy. I mean, I'm trying to be cool with everybody, obviously. But it's not easy. Georgia Rebel in the house in the chat says the ticker is running slower than I do on a 95-degree day. What? I don't even know what you're talking about. Here comes a call from the 270. I don't know where that is, but that's where this call's coming from. What's up, caller? How you doing? Welcome to the show.
What's going on, JG? This is Leif.
Who I got here? Oh, Leif B?
This is Leif. Leif Benson, yeah.
What's
up,
going
bro?
on,
Buddy?
Hey, it's awesome to have you. Hey, thank you for getting me Revenge of the Nerds, bro. That was big, man.
Hey, man, no problem. I watched that movie myself. I was like, I need to rewatch this.
Dude, I didn't realize
they couldn't do that shit anymore.
I know. I didn't realize you were from Davis County, bro.
I am. I'm walking my dog right now in Owensboro.
Did you go to Apollo? Where'd you go to high school?
No, I went to OHS. I went to Owensboro High School. I went to the quote unquote inner city school.
Yeah, it is. It is for real.
just because I didn't go to Apollo, that don't mean I didn't love Rex Chapman.
How old are you, Leif?
42.
Oh shit, you're a little younger than me.
42 years old.
You're a little younger than me.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I'm out walking my dog, and I made. You'll get this reference. My wife is from Owasso, Oklahoma, so
I know where Owasso is.
We got us a collection of Eskimo Joe cups, and I put a little bit too much of Peerless bourbon in that, baby. I'm walking the dog, and I'm just trying to get back home right now.
Damn.
It's hit me pretty damn good.
So does she like the Oklahoma State Cowboys?
No, she went to Arkansas. We met whenever I was living in Fayetteville, and she was going to school in Fayetteville.
Word, okay. I figure Eskimo Joe's is obviously the big place to drink at Oklahoma State, so that's what I was thinking.
Oh, I know. Well, it's in the Tulsa Mall. There's an Eskimo Joe store, and they just sell a bunch of Eskimo Joe shit. It seems like every night I drink something out of Eskimo Joe's cup.
Word, I got you. And you've been all over, bro. Owensboro, Fayetteville.
I have Oxford, yeah.
Yeah, Oxford too, right?
I've lived quite a few places. It's and the damn crazy thing is, hell, I lived so many damn places, and I ended up moving in a house right across the street from my parents.
For real,
I grew up, so, for real.
Damn.
But anyway, so tonight I was before I was drinking and walking my dog, I was out driving my son around. Went down to near the boat dock down there, down to the river, and I saw some guy, and he was a total redneck, and he was out there putting golf balls on a tee and hitting golf balls out in the Ohio River.
Just straight
in.
in.
Let me tell you something.
Damn.
Oh, just straight in. But I mean, just like Kramer back in back on Seinfeld. Except he was hitting a driver. He was hitting about 50, 60 yards. It was embarrassing. And I don't even play damn golf.
Me neither.
So. But yeah, it was. It made me think of old Kramer.
Yeah.
And but I don't think any of those golf balls are gonna go in a catfish's mouth or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't think it went in a damn whale's blowhole either, which is what happened with Kramer, right?
That's right.
That's right.
So, and I thought of you this week because I was listening to Kentucky Sports Radio, and they were talking about this thing that a transy professor is like an expert on. Back in the 1800s, there was this thing called the Bath County Beef Shower. And I know that sounds like an outtake of Shawshank Redemption.
It does.
When you're talking beef shower. But back in the 1800s, evidently, these Mennonite people or whatever the hell they were just standing outside, and meat started just raining down on them. And evidently they got a huge collection of this, 150-year-old beef at your alma mater.
Oh, my God.
It's just been put in formaldehyde or something like that.
That's crazy.
But, yeah. Very
Dude,
crazy.
Matt Jones.
Crazy phenomenon.
Matt Jones is a Transy grad, the man behind Kentucky Sports Radio. So, I mean, I feel like a kinship with him, obviously.
Now, yeah, he was. One time on G-Pitch, you were talking about the fraternities at Transy, and I got a buddy here in Owensboro, and I said, hey, this guy's he's talking about fraternities at Transy. He's describing them. I said, I bet I know exactly which one you were in just by the way he described it. And I forget which one it was. It was the same one that Matt Jones was in, but I don't think that was the same one you were in, was it?
I doubt it. I don't know. Matt Jones is younger than me, so he wasn't in school with me. So I don't know.
He was in the nerdy one.
Delta Sigma,
in the nerdy one, right?
Delta Sigma Phi. I was not a nerd. I was not a fucking nerd. I hung out with the fucking burnouts. That's who I hung out with. So we were pikes.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. I think, come on, Duke. Fuck you. Come on, Duke.
Yeah.
And how crazy is it that I adopted a dog? I live in Kentucky, and his name is Duke.
Yeah, I don't like that name at all, Leif. I'm going to be honest with you, bro.
Hey, it was his name when we got him. So
yeah, you got to take what you get.
All
right, brother. I love you, man. I appreciate you being part of the show that we got over here, and also for them too. So you're a badass.
Yeah. All right, brother. I'll talk to you later.
See you, Leif. Leif's a badass, man. Leif, he's actually one of the Rebel Groves guys, but he's been over here, loves the show. From Owensboro, a place that I love, a place that I hung out with a bunch. I hung out a bunch because one of my fraternity brothers, Alan Eskridge, was from Owensboro, and also Colby Blair, who was not my fraternity, but who was from Owensboro, and he's a very proud Owensboro native. Still hang out with him some, talk to him some. So love Owensboro, and Leif is just good people. I don't know what else to tell you. And up in Kentucky, they have Kentucky Sports Radio, which is a big deal. It's not only a show on the radio, but it's also like a website up there. It's kind of weird. There's nothing like that in Alabama, but Matt Jones, who's the guy behind that, is a Transy graduate. I went to a very small school in Lexington, Kentucky called Transylvania University, and he is also a graduate of Transy. That's really all I have to say about that. He's a lot younger than me, so I didn't go to school with him or anything like that. But anyway, Leif is absolutely the man. There's no doubt about it. There's still some super chats I missed. Webwater's second super chat. I still need to get back about the salon on that one. Leif, obviously, total beast, just called in. One of our super chatters, Ben B, who's almost always here for us. Ben B, thank you for your support, bro. No message, but thank you anyway. As far as the hair salon goes, I realize that I color my hair and shit, and y'all don't do that, which is cool. I get it, and I'm the idiot. A lot of guys don't do that. It's kind of goofy. Totally get it. I deserve all the hell I get for that. And when you guys get on the bunker and you make fun of my hair and stuff, dude, I take it because, I deserve it. I do want to say this, though. When I go to the salon, every single time I go, there's at least 2 extremely hot chicks there. Every single time, and usually it's more than that. I've seen it as many as 6 out of 10 at the same time that I'm there. Every time I go, there's super hot chicks everywhere. Everywhere. Now, there's some that aren't hot too, but there's always hot girls there. And I'm going to be honest with you, some of the hottest chicks I see in a month are at the salon. And, since there aren't a lot of men in the salon, I'm safe. I can talk to these chicks, and I'm not trying to be like David the Wizard or anything like that. I'm not trying to close because I got a wifey and I love her. I'm really stoked about my marital situation, but I'm just saying, you can talk and I can do whatever. And my stylist is on board with this, and so she kind of helps me too. And so we talk to girls all the time, and I'm telling you, you guys, it sounds stupid, but it's all good. I love going to the salon. First of all, I get my hair done. Second of all, hot girls. Third of all, a girl named Ariel, who's really, really good in the shampoo room, always gives me she washes my hair and gives me a really good scalp massage. I'm telling you guys, you haven't lived until you've gotten a great scalp massage from someone who's not your wife. It's wonderful. It I really enjoy it. She's great. She does a great job. Let's see. Ruxpin is on a super chat tip here. I've gotten 3 super chats from Ruxpin in about 30 seconds. It's very much appreciated, sir. And he says, I like super hot chicks. I would say that the girls that I'm talking about, you may or may not think they're super hot because they're more my age. I'm talking about girls that are like 35 to 50 who are hot. I know you're a lot younger than that, Rux, so you're probably looking for like 20-year-old chicks. I would imagine there's probably hot 20-year-old chicks there too. It's just like for me, I'm 47 years old, almost 48. Like I'm looking for girls in my age range. And so a really pretty girl is like 25 or younger. Like I'm not even seeing her. Like she looks like my daughter to me. And so I'm just like, I'm out. Now for you, it wouldn't be like that. But for me, it's that way. Hey caller, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Yo, 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 yo.
I'm doing. I got to look out for you because you can't look out for yourself. This is Maplethorpe.
What's up, Bob himself? How you doing, bro?
I'm good, but I'm getting the floor for you so you can talk about your hairstyle story because I've been waiting to listen on it, and everybody wants to talk about their stuff, and I want to hear about your stuff. So you take the floor and run with it.
Well, I mean, I've pretty much done it while you were calling in, but I was saying there's always hot chicks in the salon. Like every time I go in the salon, there might be one other guy there, maybe, probably not. And there's like 8 or 10 girls in there, and half of them are really hot. And so,
hey, let me back up. Right? Did you say one other hot guy? What did you just say?
No. I said there might be one other guy in the whole salon, one dude. So
okay.
It's like 15 women, let's say 12 women, one dude maybe. And I'm usually the one dude. I mean, it's a good situation for me, and there's almost always hot chicks in my age range in there. It's great. I love it.
So you're telling me in typical Maplethorpe fashion, I called in, and while it was ringing, you told the story, and I missed it.
That sounds about like it, yeah. But really, here's the story tonight, bro, is that David the Wizard's about to get it in with a nationally known comic who's really hot.
Let me tell you a realistic story, and I'll keep it G-rated if possible.
Sure.
This is what Dave the Wizard is about to realize what his life will be. All right.
Here we go. Here's the reset from you, Bob. Here we go.
All right. Okay. All right. In my early 20s, I wanted to move to California to be an actor. That's great. You know what? Then you find yourself in Anniston, Alabama, and you're building houses. So here's what happens. You're sitting on your porch one day drinking beer on your front porch. Nobody sits on their front porch and drinks beer, but I was. And I look over, and my other neighbor was also on her front porch drinking beer. She was about 15 years older, and she'd probably had about 5 more beers than me. So she waves Bob on over, says she has a problem with her attic door or something. I can't remember.
Who knows?
And I'm just going to tell you, one thing led to another. So I just want to tell Dave, for the love of Pete, wrap it up. But you know what? When you get the chance, just pound it. I don't care if it's some comedian from whatever social website you got now, or if it's your neighbor. Bottom line is, the best thing in your day is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So if it's next door, by God, take it. If it's elsewhere, you're gonna spend the rest of your life chasing it. So he needs to help. He needs to follow my cooking skills and just abandon all this chasing fairies.
No,
because
he's gonna fuck her, dude.
I'm just telling you. I'm telling you. The dinner's where it's at.
Bob.
So that's all I got to say.
Bob, he's going to get it in, dude. He's going to get it in, and you're going to be one of the naysayers, and you don't get to enjoy it the way that we do.
No, you know what? I hope he gets it in, and I hope he calls me to be his chauffeur, to drive there, to get it in, if you will. But problem is, I just I don't know, man. I don't see it happening.
Okay. He's hooking up with some chick named Haley tonight, dude. He's going to totally knock that out.
Oh, he's going to beat that up is what he's going to do. but they're not as funny as the one he's trying to chase. So that's my problem. I'm all about the jokes and the breakfast. He's all about the glitter and the glam. So bottom line is he needs to sit down and talk with me before he decides what chase he's going to go after.
Well, I mean, if you say so. Please don't harsh my buzz. Okay, Bob, please?
No. Let me back up. Let me retract. I called in to say that Dave is going to knock that out of the park and up the stairs. Dave's going to hit it so hard. So what I called to say is, Dave the Wizard, I'm betting 1,000 pennies that Dave the Wizard is going to knock it out of the park.
Attaboy. I'm glad you have that faith, brother.
And I'm sorry I missed the hair story. Shit, I was too busy doing the smaller things in life, like trying to call and talk to you. And you told it without me. Kind of pissed about that.
I was just saying, man, when I go into the salon, I'm generally the only guy in there, and there's a bunch just absolutely crawling with hot women, like every single time.
All right. Here's my question. Okay, you've obviously got your wedding ring on.
Obviously.
What do you do to garner some attention? You're like you don't want to go, take them out to lunch or dinner or have anything, have a relationship. How do you strike up a conversation? Maybe it is the wedding ring, how you strike up a conversation. What do you do?
Well,
JG?
I mean, here's the deal. I'm going to be honest with you, dude. I'm not trying to close, obviously. Administrative assistant and I have been together a long time, but I'm just talking.
They're hard to replace, I know.
No, they're hard to replace. It's a tough job. But but all seriousness, though, I mean, I'm just a reporter, dude. I talk to anybody. I don't care. So I just say, what's up? How y'all doing? Like, it's that easy. I don't care.
Next time you go get your hair done, you need a microphone and maybe a John Mayer with a guitar to walk in with you. Did you ever see that Dave Chappelle where they walked in to see how different ethnic?
Are you kidding me?
Reacted to different music.
Here, let me tell you. Let me sing you a little rap. You ready? I'll battle any sex or any race. You beating me is like Billy Crystal playing Scarface. I can't see it. I'm blind to the eye. I came up in your face. Ooh, pow. Surprise. Oh. I got that shit.
That was 1,000 times better than I ever would have expected. And bravo.
I came up in your face. Oops, pow. Surprise.
I could have never pulled that off.
Well, I have seen Chappelle's show many a time, my man.
Well, I'm a fan as well.
But I don't need John Mayer. I just go up there and I just get it done myself, brother.
Hey, tell me this: if you had John Mayer on your left, and Jennifer Aniston on your right, would you drift left or right?
Are you serious?
As a straight man, yeah.
I mean, Jennifer Aniston's not my favorite, but I would definitely drift toward Jennifer Aniston. I don't know if I could close that. I don't think I have the ability to close on that one.
If you were in the same room, let's say in a submarine, and it was sinking in 2 hours, and you offered her a little piece, you think she'd take it, right?
I think so, yeah. I would have to. I don't know what I would do, but I think I would get that closed one way or another.
Oh, it would be closed.
Hey, I want to tell you something, Bob. I've never told anybody on the show. I happen to think that Ashley Judd's really hot, even though politically I want her to shut up. I had her tit on my right elbow at the 1998 Final Four. It's a true story.
Well,
I was that close.
But I'm drooling now. There was a show. No, I'm sorry. There was a movie she did with one of the guys from 90210 years ago, where she was a crazy girl. Imagine that. And I can't remember the name of it just offhand. But the crazy thing is, it was before everybody knew that she was bonkers.
Yeah.
It kind of brought her. It was her coming on stage scene. But ever since then, and I guess the last 15 years, it's been kind of, I don't know. It's been one of those crazy things where you don't know how to take it. And hold on one second, I'm going back inside because 1, 2, 3. All right, I was standing out in my driveway talking, and my close talker neighbor Philip was coming by walking his dog.
What's he doing?
And he started walking down the driveway. He was walking his dog, and he was coming down the driveway to talk to me, which would last at least 25 minutes. So I had to speak up real loud when I talked to you, and then ease on back in because I don't like close talking neighbors.
No. I don't like that at all. I wouldn't have that.
No, it's bad.
I wouldn't have that shit.
Well, after about 6 months of ignoring him, you start to feel guilty, and you let him talk to you once, and then you're tied up for 10 days. So.
Bob himself has been called in, and you have done a hell of a job, Bob.
Well, JG, thanks for the call, and get back to it, and please get CJ31 a puffer, and let's get Pop.
Give me a puffer.
I don't know, Papa Bear and Amanda that's going to be a match made in heaven. So I'm waiting to see that. But
yeah.
Anyway, but thanks again for taking my call. I know you got a lot to get to, but I've enjoyed it as always.
Bob, you're a badass, bro. Thank you for being on the show.
Good deal, man. Thanks.
See you, man. All right, Bob Maplethorpe. The reason that I kind of cut him off quickly is not because he was a bad caller, because he's an awesome caller. But administrative assistant came up here to tell me, she gave me the wrap it up sign. She thinks I've been drinking too long. So here's what we're looking at. We have been live officially for 2 hours, 58 minutes, and 35 seconds. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to 3 hours, which is not quite 1 a.m. unless you are living in Newfoundland, Hornatius. At that point, then it might be 1 a.m. But, yeah. Hold on. I got a couple other things I got to get in here. Ruxpin, I want to thank you for your super chats, bro. You're always here for us, and thank you so much for that. D Lucky drops a super chat. Says, for Papa Bear to hear Amanda's voice tonight. Amanda has not called in yet. And she doesn't have to. I mean, I'd love for her to, but I don't want her to feel like she has to. Yeah. So those are the super chats that I missed, and I want. Oh no, hold on. There's more. Sausage Broker, aka Gavin08, with the second super chat of the night. Says, JG, do you have any thoughts on who you think will win the Bunker's Worst Poster Tournament and why? Okay, I'm gonna be honest, yo. I haven't followed the tournament as closely as I should have. I have voted sporadically. In my opinion, the worst bunker posters, I don't want to pick a favorite, but the worst for me are, I mean, I'm going to hurt some feelings here. I get bored with it. That's all. DM8, Stump Fan, Rice, JG Tate. They're the worst posters. I feel like I should be the worst poster, but whatever. I mean, look, dude, a DM8, like, I mean, I got a little bit of a beef with him. Nothing real serious, but I feel like he draws fouls, but I feel like Stump Fan draws more fouls. I just want Stump Fan to ease up a little bit. That's all. Golly, who else just drives me insane? I mean, Charlie. I mean, I put him on block, dude. I don't even see his posts anymore. So you got to consider that. Charlie 5, don't even see his posts anymore. There's one other guy I put on block too. It was just like, if somebody has 50 consecutive posts that have no value to me, like, I'm just gonna let it go. Charlie 5 is one of them, and Big Time Ob. He's in the running for me, yo. But to me, like, Rice is bad. Stump Fan is worse. I thought Rice would be the worst we ever had, but Stump Fan, he just got worse. And I kind of, like, honestly, I think if I sat down with Stump Fan and had a beer, like we were at a bar and had a beer up here at the tipping point in my neighborhood, like, we would probably get along fine. He'd be all right. Like, I'd be cool with him. But on the board, it's just so hard to deal with him. I'm just like, he's like, well, I never start these threads. And I'm like, I know you don't, but you always get in them, and you're trying to get people going another direction. And it's just like, you know what I mean? Georgia Rebel says, LOL, it draws fouls. They must have a killer ball fake. That's exactly what it is. It's a ball fake. They draw fouls. Like, they're trying to get in position to draw a foul. Like, it's passive aggressive behavior. Like, I didn't say anything. I didn't start the thread. Somebody else started it. Yeah, I know, but you got in it and you got in front of him and stopped. You know what I mean? Pocket Watch agrees with me. He says Stump Fan is taking it to a level or 5 above anybody else. Honestly, I don't think Stump Fan's a bad guy. I really don't. Like, he's not a problem. It's like he's just drawing fouls. And it gets bored on me. It just gets bored of me. So, Gavin 08, that's my answer, bro. I think Stump Fan, I'm sure Stump Fan's in the running. I guarantee he's still alive in the tournament. I mean, Rice is like the perennial favorite to win that tournament. But if you're talking about year over year, the way things have been this year, I think some fans been worse. There's probably worse ones too. I mean, there's some guys that like Sir Hiss. I think Sir Hiss is just worthless. Sir Hiss doesn't do anything for me. Sir Hiss does nothing for me. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Oh, snap. Am I missing a call? Is Amanda trying to call? All right, Amanda. I tell you what, call right now and I'll pick it up. I'm leaving it wide open. Sometimes the Skype just kind of gets stuck behind the OBS frame and I miss it, but I won't do it right now. Call up in here. Everybody want you to call. Come on. Let's do it. You know the number. Gavin08 says the zero self-awareness of Stump Fan is unreal. I know I have pointed that out to him on the board, and I've been like, bro, your lack of self-awareness is unbelievable. But I've had some DMs with Stump, and Stump is not an insane person. Like, he's a calm, rational person. I just think he has a certain side that he's always trying to fight from, whatever. And I'm not really feeling it. But, I mean, I try to, here, man, look, see, I'm in a different position than you guys are. Like, those people are all subscribers, whether it's Ghost of Tallahassee Tiger, Stump Fan, DM8, ABOO, whoever. I mean, maybe we don't agree philosophically, but, like, they're subscribers. Like, I don't want to go against them, per se. And for the most part, those guys don't, like, one wings another one. Like, I'm not trying to fight with them. I mean, they may disagree with me politically or whatever, but I'm not trying to give them hell, and I don't give them hell. But, you know, sometimes it's tough. Let's see. J.S. Lowry says, didn't Stump Fan upset Rice in round 2? To me, that's not an upset if that happened. Hornacia says he stomped Rice. Dude, Rice has been less bothersome this year for sure. Like, no doubt about it. Like, I haven't even really noticed Rice as a particular problem. What happens with Rice is that's when Liger gets going. Liger starts in with his Gus sucks thing, right? And then Rice wants to kind of defend Gus, and that's where that gets going. But since Liger disappeared, he's back now, or I saw him posting recently, with the coronavirus kind of taking front stage and then the We Hate Gus thing kind of disappearing for a little while, like, Liger wasn't really there, and that meant Rice was almost like a normal poster again. So I would definitely not vote Rice at this point. That's my opinion. And I mean, Stump Fan gets shit on because he's obviously a little liberal in a lot of his arguments, and he's also like the guy that's like trying to. No, Rux, you're saying Liger's MIA. Dude, Liger posted like today or yesterday. He's kind of back, sort of. Corny says he's definitely worse. Dude, I saw someone trying to rag on you for not giving Corn appropriate respect. Like, your whole name is Corn. Obviously. And they had gotten the years wrong. On the, they were like, well, how could you say that Freak on a Leash or whatever? And I was like, dude, that wasn't from 94. Freak on a Leash was later than that. So please, show some respect. Lady says, yo, JG, I forgot to even mention about the Gov having to apologize to Tupac Shakur this week. Me and administrative assistant watched that. Yeah, that was funny. So a dude like Andy Bashir, who is the governor of Kentucky, he was like joking about how people were trying to take advantage of the government with the money. And he was like, dude, even Tupac Shakur was trying to apply for money this week. How bullshit is that? Turns out there actually is a dude in Kentucky named Tupac Shakur. He goes by a different name, though. He goes by, like, Travis or something. But his name is actually Tupac Shakur. And the governor was like, oh, shit. And he actually called to apologize to the dude, which is cool. I mean, hey, man, at that point, once you call and apologize, it's all good. Let's see. We got some reaction. Ruxpin says he's a little liberal. I was trying to, stand up for Rux too. I mean, for Studs. God dang it. For Stump Fan as well. We don't necessarily see eye to eye, but I'm politically, but He's actually a pretty cool guy, but he does draw fouls a lot in the bunker. J.S. Lowry says Stump fan gets shit upon because he's a dipshit. I don't know about that. He's not dumb. He's just liberal. That's all. Ruxpin says, of Liger, I didn't know he was back. I've been off the bunk grid today. It's okay, man. I understand. You got up late. You had a late night last night. You were trying to get it in. I get it, man. We've all been there. Hornacia says, don't care if he's a liberal or not. He's just a dick. Okay. Very good. All right. Ruxpin got a laugh out of the Tupac Shakur in Kentucky. Apparently, he's a cook in Louisville. Let's see. D. Stott says, I definitely wouldn't vote Rice either. He's just the bunker version of Gus. Stubborn as hell. I changed the words a little bit. And he doesn't have ill intent. Good dude. Just has a hard time understanding an argument has two sides. That's pretty much how I feel about it, Stutz. Well done. That's well said. Corny said, dude, apologize, so have respect for him. Somebody who's saying that a guy named Corn should have respect for Corn. And then Corn came back and said, yo, you got your years wrong. Apparently that person apologized. So good. I love me some Corn now. Obviously everybody loves Freak on a Leash, but Blind is probably my favorite song by Corn, which they included on the Woodstock 99 soundtrack. I'm so blind. All right. Administrative assistant says I need to wrap it up. I was making the argument earlier that we need to get to 3 hours, but we're over 3 hours now. Seriously. Hornacious says minor sucks. Take a shot. Hell yeah, I can do that. I'm not going to take a shot of that, though. I want to take a shot of this old soul. Hey, Cordy, did you know that I have this Maker's Mark that has ABC Concrete, Jason Tate, and Jim Gillis over here? You think I should take a shot from my Uncle Jim? Okay. I won't do that. I come to find out the other day my uncle and my aunt got split up. This for you, Hornacious. You're the man. My aunt and my uncle got split up. That was a bummer. Sometimes it happens. Pocket Watch says he saw Corn at Woodstock 99. Holy shit, are you serious? Were you there when Limp Bizkit went off and sang Break Stuff and everything got torn down and burned? Ed Darby says, wrap it up, box. That is definitely a Dave Chappelle reference. We never got Amanda. This phone has not rang. I promise you. I was trying to hold out for Amanda, but the phone hadn't rang. I promise you. You know what I'm talking about. Ruxpin says, sorry, JG, about your uncle and your aunt. Oh, that's all right, bro. I'm surprised they stayed married as long as they did. What do you think about that, administrative assistant? She agrees. Hornacia says, pics of your aunt. I'm not sure I have pictures of her. She's actually attractive for somebody her age. I mean, I'm trying to say that as like she's my aunt, but Cordy, your thoughts? She's not gross. She's thin. She's fairly thin. Courtney, that's not a nice thing to say. I know you're a big fan of my Aunt Ann. And for you guys out there who are purred out, her name is not Tate. Anyway. Ruxpin says SMH Amanda. Yeah, what is the deal, man? You could call in Amanda if you wanted to. Leif B from Owensboro says, y'all, this might be the fact that I inadvertently drank too much bourbon tonight, but y'all are good people. I might even try to go down and see the UK Auburn game with my buddy in October. What about that, yo? That's what I'm talking about, yo. Leif's good people. Andrew B says, is your aunt hot? I mean, Aunt Ann, shit. I'm 46. No, I'm 47. She's probably 55, maybe older. She is my dad's younger sister. So if my dad's like 72, she's like 55, yeah. I mean, I don't think she's hot. I don't want to hit it, but that's my aunt you're talking about. But no, I think she's a pretty decent looking woman, I think. Normally. Hornatius wants to know, does she have better hair than me? Administrative assistant says yes. Is that a yes? She was a Tridelt college. Okay. She says yes. I don't know. I think my hair's pretty good for a guy my age, but Hey, did you hear the part where I talking about the girls in the salon? Oh shit. I was hoping you hadn't heard that. There's usually pretty good, hot girls in there. What does that mean? You've been around me a long time? What does that mean? You're used to me and my mannerisms. I don't know what that means. Flirtatious? I'm not flirtatious. I don't even know what you're talking about. I just do this show and I say, what up? Ruxpin asks, is Leif an Ole Miss guy? Yes, he is. Leif is he's one of our Rebel Groves friends. He says he grew up and lives in Kentucky. He actually lived in Oxford, also Fayetteville, and now, of course, in Davis County, Kentucky. One of my favorite places to go. I had a great run in Davis County. The 1 week I was there, I was actually there with Eskridge Courtney. Eskridge is from Owensboro, and his mom was on the school board there. And me and Rains were prank calling that dude named Ho-See Kim, I think his name was, who's an acupuncture specialist. That was stupid. We shouldn't have done that. Hornatia says, are you getting Ole Miss drunk? Administrative assistant, yes or no? She says no. I would seriously, I don't mind showing you guys a picture of my aunt if I had one. I don't, she's not somebody that's like an active part of my life, so I don't really know. I don't know if I have a picture of her. Let me see if she's on. I know I'm not friends with her on Facebook, but let me see if she's on here. She is on here. I can't really. I don't feel comfortable showing this. No, I'm not gonna do that. That's my aunt, yo. I mean, I haven't seen her in 25 years, but when's the last time I saw Aunt Ann? Well, okay, so it's been 11 years, whatever. Does this look like Aunt Ann to you? Come here and tell me. You think this looks like Aunt Ann? No, you're right. Ruxpin does, but he doesn't really want to fuck her. Okay. Her hair used to be blonde. I don't really have anything else to add on that, bro. Hornatia says stalk her MySpace page. Yeah, exactly. You're right. Raven says 1 a.m. Yo. It's 10:34 in the Central Time Zone. I'm not 100% sure I can make it to 1 a.m. period, much less running the show. I do want to say that wifey has administrative assistant has been pushing for me to get a new computer. Although, to be fair, I downloaded the new version of Skype for the show, and I don't hear it making as much noise. Computer's not working nearly as hard as it did before, so I don't know. Maybe we should get a new iMac. I'll see if I get an iMac. It would just make it easier for me. Wait, I'm not boring. Andrew B says, your hair used to be blonde too. He's riffing off what I said about Aunt Ann. Boom! You got me on that one, Andrew B. You're right. As soon as these salons open back up in Alabama, I'm good though, bro. Leif B says the Eskridges are good people. You always knew what they had on their mind. Oh, you're absolutely right about that. My man was Alan Eskridge, Allen, Alan Eskridge. His mom was on the school board. I think she's passed away now. But Alan is he's an absolute beast. One of my all-time favorites. He actually he and I ran against each other for a fraternity president, believe it or not, and I beat him. I don't really consider it a big deal. But I was president. He wasn't, but he probably should have been. He would have been a better president than me because I was. Look, man, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, dude. I'm kind of a live and let live person. I just kind of do my own shit, and I don't really want to get involved with your business. So as long as you're not shooting BBs out the window and throwing concrete ducks out the window, like, I don't care. But that did happen when I was fraternity president, and Dr. Thompson, who was the what was he, vice president for student affairs or whatever? He was like, "Hello, Jay. This is Dr. Thompson. I'd like to speak with you a little bit about some issues that have happened with your fraternity." And then I'd have to go in and talk to him, and he'd be like, "We've received reports from our RA officials that members of your fraternity threw a concrete duck out of their window from the Clay Davis Hall onto the hood of a Porsche that was owned by Jep Irwin, and we believe that is inappropriate behavior." And I'm just like, okay, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was there when it happened, and I know that happened. I saw it happen. I thought it was hilarious. I damn near pissed my pants from it. And I'd be like, "Hey, Dr. Thompson, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I don't think our guys did that. I really don't. Our guys are sober. They would never smoke marijuana on our hall. They would never drink to the point of pissing themselves. And they would never, ever, ever get so drunk they would rip a water fountain off the wall. That would never happen. I don't know why you would think that. I don't know what you think about my fraternity, but we wouldn't do that." And then he would be like, "J, or whatever, J Tate, I believe you." And I'd be like, "I wouldn't believe me." Anyway. We haven't heard. Courtney, Amanda has not called. Would you like to appeal for Amanda to call in directly? Huh? She doesn't want to call. Courtney says she don't want to call. Courtney, why don't you call? Here's my phone. You can call in. Okay. I'll tell you what. Why don't you call in and say you're Amanda? Amanda. All right, here's the deal, guys. I'm going to reset it here for you guys. Ruxpin's about to bounce out, and he's going to a different website. I don't want to say which one it is. But we're 3 hours and 20 minutes in. I didn't know as though we'd get 2 hours into this bad boy, but we got 3.5 hours in. Almost 3.5 hours, I should say. Leif B says, "Wasn't Trancy a wet campus?" Oh, it was definitely wet. There was a lot of beer being consumed. Yeah. Let's see. Georgia Rebel says, "Did you see Neil's headband mullet?" Oh, my God. Did this really happen? I'm getting on Twitter right now. Let's see what Neil McCreachy's been doing. Oh, my gosh. My fingers aren't kind of working right, Miss Courtney. Neil McCready. There he is. Let's see what he's retweeted something from Robin Tannehill, the mayor of Oxford, who's pretty hot, honestly. What now? This is from like 2 days ago. This whole thing with Neil where he's like trying to be super thin, it's just annoying. He doesn't like snakes either, Cordy. He would have been scared of your little snakes that we saw on the nature walk the other day. Wait, what? Yeah, Neil won't like that. Yeah, Leif. So Chance the Yapper, there was a tweet about. Oh damn! Neil's picture now on his Twitter is him and Caroline. I wonder why. Why doesn't it include his older daughter and his younger son? Huh? Guess he loves one kid over the others. Oh, it's her birthday. Of course, I knew that. Chance the Yapper was wearing a captain's hat, and somebody added me on Twitter about that. I was like, why would I care? I don't care. I didn't get the joke. I guess, yeah, Leif. I guess I didn't get the joke. Whatever, it happens. All right, I'm probably gonna wrap it up there, guys. Seriously, we've been going 3 hours and 22 minutes. I mean, we're good. Let's see. Corny says, "What year of music are you most looking forward to?" All right, so if we're talking about the year of music that I know best, it would be 85. Yeah, I'll leave it there. I know you've been going 90s, so I don't know if you're going to go 80s, Corny, but that's obviously before Corn. But, I mean, I was really into popular music like 83 through 88, maybe. Something like that. Early teenage years, that would probably be my thing right there. Yeah. I mean, I was hoping to get to 3 hours, and we got to 3 hours and 23 minutes. And even Ed Darby is saying, "Hey, wrap it up." So I will. Listen, you guys are awesome. You guys are absolute beasts. Ed D included, even though you're trying to get me off the air. That's fine. I'm going to probably wrap it up there. I've been drinking this Larceny. Raven's probably long gone now, but I drank, I don't know, a third of that bottle, something like that. I'd say a third of that bottle at 123 proof. That's not bad. Next time we're on the show, we'll drink that full proof. Hold on, Corny, before you start talking. Tomorrow, he says tomorrow is 1990. The biggest song for me in 1990, and there's a lot of good ones, but Faith No More. I forgot the name of that song, but Faith No More would be my number one song there in 1990. That or Wilson Phillips. I'm just kidding, man. Not really. I'm just kidding. I would never listen to Wilson Phillips. I would never listen to Wilson Phillips. Because the blonde hair girl's not hot. She's really not hot. She is. All right, guys. We'll wrap it up there. We're 3 hours and almost 3.5 hours into it. Hornatius, if you're out there, I'm sorry, bro. I didn't make it to 1 a.m., but it's 1 a.m. somewhere. I mean, hell. Cal Surfer 222 says, late. Thank you, JGT. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for watching the show and, just kind of doing your thing, yo. Goldfish dying. Hornatius, what are you doing, bro? I've done my work, man. I drank a third of this Larceny bottle. Next week we'll be drinking 1792 full proof, which is also a very high proof bourbon. I think it's 120 though, instead of 123, but it's probably tastes better. I don't know. Oh, Ed Darby says NWA no Vaseline. Oh my goodness, no Vaseline. Now you got me going, bro. No Vaseline is like the greatest diss track ever, but it's shitting on my man Eazy-E, who I really like. And Eazy-E wasn't even gay. He wasn't gay. They kept accusing him of being gay because they were just being like metaphorical. All right, anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. Appreciate y'all being part of the show. You guys have been absolutely incredible tonight. We had so many great callers. I can't even remember them all. I'll probably remember them in the morning. Wait, hold on. I got a text coming in. Faith No More. The song was called Epic, but D in Atlanta, I think you got the wrong song there, bro. But that's also a good song. I'd be cool with that, but Epic was the song I was thinking about. Anyway, man, D in Atlanta was trying to hook me up there, bro. Appreciate you guys. Let's see. Sausage Broker, I'm sorry, Gavin08 says no midweek drains. Administrative assistant's been pushing me to do midweek drains, but I don't know if I should do that. I mean, we kind of do it on Saturdays, you know? Andrew B says, can we get the recordings on podcast? Yeah, we can. I need to do it. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all being here. All of our super chatters are absolute beasts. That is for tomorrow. All you guys are absolute beasts. Super chatters are super beasts, like Rob Zombie would say. I do want to give a special shout out tonight to my man David the Wizard, who I think is going to get it in. Absolutely. Jake Crane, he believes in him. I do too. D Lucky believes in him. Bob himself believes in him. Stutzy Poo, I know you believe in him. Doc Dumpster believes in him as well. Absolutely want you to get it in, bro, David. So let's man, listen. We don't need 6 pages. We just need 1, bro. Take your shot, make it work. All right, you guys. Appreciate y'all being part of the show. We'll see y'all at some point in the future. Until then, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. Peace.